Alright, that should be recording. How much time do I got? Sorry for anyone that showed up to this stream. This is the first VR stream I did after my move, and I had some VR related problems, and I'm working that out right now. I think we're good. I'm just going to record this one instead of streaming it because I already started stream and then stopped it. I'm just trying to see how much time I've got. I really wish it would calculate that faster, but I guess we'll go to Waypoint. I'm pretty late to the show, basically an hour. I'm also in a different room setup. Everything's jank. I had to just put my receptors up on the wall. 4 hours? Okay, if that's true, 4 hours of time should be plenty. And we'll jump in and see. Hopefully I sound okay. I didn't have time to do a sound check on this or anything. But maybe we could play. I wish there was someone in spawn so I could talk to them and make sure that my sound sounded good before I went out there. Because I don't know. There's no chat because I'm recording, so I'm not going to look at that. But let's go. Don't know.
No. They were involved with the town before. In the previous iteration, they did fix the bathhouse. Someone must have told them.
Hello.
Good morning.
I think maybe it was one of the courts. I don't think it was Lawrence.
I cooked some more corn. It's in the church ready for us.
So that makes me
Oh,
think
thank
either
you.
Titania or
I woke
Oberon.
up pretty late.
This time I boiled the
Yeah,
corn.
that makes sense. Someone probably called in a favor for
You boiled it?
I boiled the corn. Yeah.
Is that good?
Okay,
Well, it might have a
perfect.
different flavor
That's
property.
good
I
to
don't know.
Is there any
I guess.
that you are
Have you ever had boiled corn?
particularly peckish about knowing that I could maybe go look
I have.
for to then bring to you?
Is it
for
good?
Maybe next time we should go
training
for raw corn.
or
It is.
Personal backstory.
Yeah, but I'd rather cook it. I think it's better when it's somewhat cooketed.
Most things are.
Difficult.
Mhm.
Because we can't really get.
Did you guys already do the
I
meeting
made
or
another deal
anything?
with a Fae.
Tell you
we
what,
haven't.
I'm willing to part with
Okay.
the
Good at doing that.
if you sign a
No one
Well-
wanted to do the meeting, so
Oh,
everyone
what's this
canceled the
contract?
meeting.
Oh, okay.
I
I guess.
Important things
Just
to
grab,
announce.
Maybe we could grab
Were
a
you the
small
one that,
thing
wanted
for
to
the
start the
closed
meeting?
No. But I
Okay.
know physics said I should bring something up very important at the meeting when it happens.
I could make an NDA with you.
Well, Physic was one of the people that were calling the meeting off,
Perfect.
so.
Then let me just.
Oh
Hmm.
my god, physics.
Okay. Well, I feel like I slept in a little bit too much. Oh, is everyone already up? Did anyone go to the forest or anything?
No one went to the
No.
forest
Alright,
yet.
Before I do that, is there
You wanna start
anything
the
on
meeting
this
for the
contract that
church?
seems a
I
little
can
bit concerning?
bring everyone there.
Yeah. Let's try to church it up.
Church meeting.
The intrusive thought won out, huh?
Church
Yeah.
meeting.
I can say that.
Happens to the best of us. Church
Uh,
meeting.
there's there seems to be a mimic. I think there's a mimic in this hand.
Right, yes.
A
there
mimic?
is.
What?
Yes.
Yes.
A tyrant look-alike.
A tyrant look-alike?
It
Was it the Skinwalker?
looks like
An
him.
imposter
Yes.
tyrant. Looks exactly like this fella right here.
Yeah, I know what Tyrant looks like. Though I thought I knew what Mr. Gracious
Yes,
looked
that's him.
like, but then that Skinwalker made me think that he had just gotten a little thin.
Oh, that horrible thing. I remember. Ugh. Oh, and there's a new arrival in town as well.
Oh, there he is.
Who knew?
Hey, why are you looking like Mr. Tyrant?
Wait, what? Up on the roof? Oh, okay.
Oh, he's
Dead.
gone.
Left.
Mm-hmm.
nothing
Yeah,
up there.
he did look a lot like you.
There was.
You guys sure
There's
you're
also a
not
new
like...
arrival in town, and they're being
Wait.
You're guys
very
are just
solid.
ones who are sleep deprived.
Wait, just to make sure that you're the real one?
I've been sleeping for like 3 days. I don't think so. I was very tired.
Oh.
I'm trying
Yeah, that's the
to-
real one. Okay. Made sure.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
There's a new arrival in town, and the first thing that happened was we sprung
He's over there.
the info of them being able to leave. Is the first thing, and now they're having an existential moment sitting over there by the lake behind me.
Oh, yeah, that's like normal stuff.
You know what? Even though
Yeah,
I
yeah,
haven't
of course,
slept for
of course.
that long, I'm gonna
Okay.
start to think that I didn't sleep enough at this point.
I'm going to go
I mean,
to
you
church
kicked
now.
the new little rock fella. First thing.
You might just be sleep deprived.
There are a few people up
That wasn't the
top
first
that
thing I
are
did when I
healing
woke up.
ASO. I didn't want to disturb them because they were literally in the middle of healing them.
I didn't
times
sleep
Oh,
on them.
okay.
No.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fine.
Yeah, it's Fizwick, Catherine, and Michael that are up there. And ASO.
Mm-hmm.
Good.
Got cobwebs on the ceiling. Ugh.
The corn is right there on the left side.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for the corns. Well, I normally do all of the church services real early, but I think I was really tired. On the last one, so I just slept in a little bit. I'm sorry. Thank you guys for being here, but I won't hold you up too much. I just wanted to say, there's a lot of hurt because of the things that Shen did, and I know that there are problems with the tree in the forest as well as Miss Eska. I really wanted us to have like a big talk because of the meeting and stuff, but it sounds like the meeting's off. But maybe you guys can help me with this, and that the town, I think, works best when we all work together. And I feel like recently with the whole dragons and fae fighting thing, the town is starting to take sides instead of all being on the same side. And some people are going off on their own and doing their own things while other people are trying to get them to work together. And I don't think that we can work that way. I think we all need to work together for stuff. So, if you're trying to do things to try to help the town, you should probably run it by the town, because otherwise you're going to be at each other's throats, especially with something as important as this. That's why we need to talk to each other, because if you don't talk to each other, then you're going to end up with people that have they know something that you don't, and so you might go do something and not find out till later that there was a problem with that. That's a big thing. I know I don't like talking about all the things that I know because I feel like you guys would think I'm a weirdo if I did tell you that. But I also try not to act on it without talking to you guys first because, that way we can all try to get along and do things together, So, that's really what I wanted to talk about. I felt like that was something that'd be very important to tell everybody because, of course, there's going to be some people out there that are already doing their own things and making plans. I heard that some people wanted to talk to the dragons, and, that's always been something I wanted to do, is just talk to them and, try to reason things out in the same way I do with the Fae, while other people want to immediately fight them. So, just remember that we're all in this together, and that anytime you try to do something that goes behind somebody else's back in the town, you know, that might work sometimes, but then, you know, when they find out, they'll probably be very upset with you, and that won't be very good either. So let's try to be a little bit more open and honest about a lot of things, and it'll be easier to go things in the future if we do that. And, you know, that goes for me too. Yeah?
I don't mean to interrupt you, but wherever you last week, I was telling everybody in town I was going to talk to the dragons, and I went and talked to the dragons.
I mean, I was doing a lot of things last week. There was like these fishermen at the beach that I was talking to, and then there was like this guy that was trying to shoot people in town, and I had to talk to him and get him to stop shooting people and stuff. So I was like all over the place. Like normals.
Okay. But the problem is that I went to talk to the dragons, and seems like a lot of shit don't get done when you get a lot of people involved. Not everything, don't get me wrong. But sure enough, I went out there and I had a conversation with one of the dragons, a new dragon, a lady dragon, never seen her before. And we were having a good conversation, and then, you know, I suddenly get swarmed by a bunch of dudes wielding swords, and it all went to shit.
Yeah, I'm not going to say that doesn't happen a lot, especially with the things I try to do, because when I want to talk to people, then, you know, sometimes a lot of the people that really like to solve the problems with swords and magics and stuff like that, they don't really want to do the talking, and so that kind of makes it hard for me. But what I'm talking more about is people intentionally doing things so that other people don't have a chance to weigh in on it. Like, you saying you want to go talk to the dragons makes it known what you're trying to do, but it's not like you're trying to sneak off and make secret, you know, deals with the dragons and stuff on behalf of the town. Like, obviously, if someone wants to do it for themselves, I can't really stop them from doing that. But I mean, like, when we're doing things as a town, and you want to do something different from everyone else on the town's behalf, that's going to make people have, like, really bad feelings when they find out about it. And they have to, like, follow through with the plan they never agreed with because you did that. I feel like there's been a bit of that going on. I don't want to point fingers at people because you know in your hearts who it is, but if you go out there and you go, I'm gonna make a deal with this thing to protect the town, then you're basically dragging us all into it, and if people don't like that plan, they're gonna be pretty mad at you. And they wouldn't be as mad if you just, you know, said that's what you wanted to do first. And then people could talk about it. That's what I'm worried about. Because the more we do this thing where people are trying to do their own stuff with the dragons and the fae, the more it's going to make the town feel more separated. And we're going to have problems with being, like, on each other's side. Right?
Well, you know, I told them I was going to go out there and talk to him, and everybody's like, no, you're going to die. And I'm like, all right, here I go, off to my death. And I didn't die.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm glad about that. But that's all I really wanted to talk about today. So, you know, if you want to do something on the town's behalf, at least try to talk to a couple people first. If you do some sneakings around, then you're just going to cause some hurts, okay? Now, there's some corn up here that the lovely Crimson boiled for us. So if you want some boiled corns, we got that. I know I'm gonna have one. You want some boiled corn? Just one. What one?
Don't eat, do you?
Put the second one back.
What's going on here?
I made plenty, he can have more than one.
It's about the principle of it, of him taking more than one.
I made
I mean, knowing him, he'd probably eat the whole entire batch.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
You want a corn?
It's a little rock fella. Just a little birthday boy.
I'll just grab one real quick.
Hello, little
There you go.
boy. It's a birthday.
Enjoy your corn.
I think so, at least. I don't know, maybe.
I'll go through the cobs in, like, the flower garden or
Don't
something.
worry about it. No, it's fine. It's just a nice little fella.
Well, what did you talk about before things got ruined? And
Hello, nice little fella.
Well, thankfully I had a better conversation after they got ruined. I managed to salvage the situation.
Or did you, you know,
Oh?
thing worked out? Or
First off, she didn't tell me her name. She refused twice.
Oh, was that Miss Nunya
she
with
also
the white hair?
Yeah, I went off to speak with Greasus to ask him a bit of information about who he is. Unfortunately,
I
cannot
don't remember.
speak
Was she
on it
wearing like
because
red
of
and
a
gold?
Non-disclosure agreement.
I don't remember that. I
I
just
did
remember
learn
she had
things
white
that
hair
were
and she
rather
didn't want to tell me her name.
Let's say that much.
So I called her Nun
admitted-
because Nunya because she said it was none of your business.
So,
No,
I'm
she
guessing
didn't
this
say
is a
that to
town
me.
meeting
She
based
just
off of
refused.
failure to
I just
set
said,
up
"Hey,
a
can I
town
get your name?" And she was like, "No." I was like, "Okay." You know, not gonna argue with a dragon, you know. But
I mean,
first
No one
off,
told me I
she
had
ain't
to make a
Shen's
letter
sister.
about it.
I found
thought
that
I
out.
just said, oh, there's a town meeting, and then it would just
Shen's
manifest.
sister is a water dragon, a leviathan.
like, I don't even know where people.
Oh, okay.
Is what it is.
Shen's sister is also kind of a fan of mass murder.
I do have a lot of information, though.
This lady dragon said that
I want
she's
Physic
not
to-
actually associated with Shen. She's
I
just
guess
they're just kind
yeah,
of
I
like,
can have a little
you know,
huddle here on
they said partners, almost like
information that I
business
have
partners,
as to how
but
we can handle
they
this.
she didn't really. She said that Shen does whatever he wants. I'm not really sure what she's getting at.
Yeah, I'm gonna go over here too. Hold on.
Well,
Hello, you two.
hello. How are you? You feeling better?
Good. Relatively. But I do have information. I was the one that was trying to set up the town meeting, but I didn't know how to do it, and apparently I failed miserably at setting this whole thing up.
Is it offensive to us? How do you?
It's okay. Even when I do set it up and I pull everyone over, sometimes it fails miserably. So, you know,
I don't even know myself.
at least you didn't do it in front of
That's good.
everyone.
I know Fizwick wanted to be able to hear some of the stuff that I have, but I did get a message back from Oberon, and that I sent him last night.
Okay.
I asked him specifics on Shen, the dragon, and my ideas on how we can handle him. One thing for certain is that he said that most of the time it is very likely that he is not telling the truth. So, for instance, if he tells us that the source of his energy is from the tree, it's likely that it is not. I told him that I had the idea of trying to study... Oh, hello, you're here, this is good. I'm relaying
Hello,
the
Fizwick.
information that I got from Oberon.
Oh,
Which,
okay.
yes, because I had the original idea of destroying the tree, because apparently that is what gave Shen his powers, according to him. But it looks like that was incorrect, and Oberon highly recommends not killing the tree.
Do you know
That
what it
being
is, though?
said-
Do you know what
No,
his energy
I
is?
do not.
I have an idea about that.
You do? And what would that
Well,
be?
The idea is that whenever you was hurted and you had all of that like goopy ink inside of you and we were sharing the pain, I felt like way more anger than I normally do. And I kind of let that out and I was kind of feeling bad about that, but that's aside the points. The point is, if the dragons are like, they feed on glamour, kind of like the Faes do, and they have a particular flavor they like. I kind of think maybe Mr. Shin is about anger, and that's kind of why he wants us to be mad at the Fae, is that's what he feeds on. He feeds on the mad.
That's actually a really good idea. Great job.
It's very astute.
I do like
very
it.
astute.
That sounds
That
very
sounds
familiar.
right.
It reminds me of the old town when we had the snake fog, where it's just
The snog.
absorbed all of the snog.
The snog.
Absorbed
Yeah,
all of our
Nathan,
anger.
right?
Some shit like that. It reminds
And
me
I
of
know
that
there's
snake.
that kind of, I could see that being like a convenient thing for me with the whole dreamer and the positivity thing, but I wanted to make it sure that it's known that it's not because of that. I'm not saying it because of that.
I see. Well, if that's the case, then maybe we might be able to do similar means that we did for beating the snog, such as a festival or collecting positive glamour, as John did with his little gay spider jaw. That might be something that I could posit with them. Regardless, on that, I think with the rest of the information Oberon gave. He did say that Titania and the Spring Court would be willing to help in what means they can. He cannot particularly because he's not a fighter, but I don't know exactly the means in which he hopes the Spring Court can help us, but we do have their aid on paper saying that they will help us.
Okay, that's good. I always like that.
Mm-hmm. And also that we should take advantage of me being dead to him and try and I should play the puppet master basically and pull the strings from behind the scenes, as long as we make sure that it is conveyed that I am no longer alive to Shen.
Mm.
Can I ask you a potentially rude question?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the best interests of the town in your mind?
Absolutely. I live here just as much as you do. I see no means to betray the town in any way.
I didn't think so, but just making sure. And I know you can't lie, so just checking.
That's totally fair given the situation at hand with all the betrayal that's been going around. It only makes sense for you to be a little bit on edge, and I can understand that I'm definitely the only person here that could potentially be the one that would try and backstab someone for my own well-being. Not to say that I couldn't. That's true, but more the likely subject of that. Or suspect.
Well,
there we go.
I don't want to have people suspecting each other of that unless we've got something really concrete on it, so why don't we just put that aside, okay? I do think we're in this together. I think everyone here is trying to do what's best for the town, even if we don't always agree on it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes, so regardless of that, I will not be going into the forest. I will try and stay out of any main area in town, and I will be strategizing on ways that we can handle this. So if there's any pertinent information that makes itself known, I would appreciate if you brought it to me so that I could have the full book in front of me and be able to piece it together to try and come up with a strategy.
If, Mr. Shin, he's walked into the town before, so even going out to the forest might be enough. Mr. Lawrence helped me make a magic spell that I use to change my color. Do you think that maybe you could, like, make a disguise or something?
I don't know if he can detect Fae or not. If he has a specific smell, you know how you can smell your food and you can tell that it's food. I don't know if there's a way that he can tell that I'm food as well. I think that it is best that I have no means of communication or contact with Shen and that I'm not seen. Maybe it just means that I'll spend most of my time on the second floor up there or in the mage tower or something like that. But I'm going to try my hardest to avoid the main area as much as possible.
Okay.
Are there any Fae in this room?
Yes, me.
I'm sorry, besides you. Because
I don't know.
we can't rely on everybody not blabbing about you not actually being dead.
Truth.
And if there's a Fae, they ain't gonna lie.
Yes, I think that I am the only Fae here, and also, I'm undead. Meaning that it's not a lie for the Fae to say that I'm dead.
Can't argue with that.
Yeah, I can, like, agree to make it sort of hidden about your liveliness. But, yeah, there could be a problem if someone else is like, haha, Shin, you couldn't even kill somebody when you had the chance, and then they find out that way or something. I don't know. You could think of different ways.
Yeah, you. She's calling you.
Oh, I didn't hear, yes.
What if we tried inducing Aether's dragon form?
Oh, right, yes.
Oh yeah,
sorry,
for those who don't know, ISO is
Perhaps we could. Iso's in the healer's hut. She's not doing well. I was going to
What
talk with
I-
you on that in a moment, see if we can figure something out.
I can help with that.
Yes.
it was also one of the things I was going to ask you about, but
Okay, good
I
to
was
know.
also. Hey, I
Um,
found out yesterday that you guys in the last meeting said that the church isn't going to be the safe spot for an emergency anymore, but nobody told me this. I found out secondhand. Where's the new place gonna be then?
So, I don't know who's spreading that information outside of Crimson. Seems to be really is mentioning more or less they found like 7 or 8 places. They were trying to show me this morning. A lot of them seem suspect to me because it seems like if something's coming from high up, they're just going to be able to look down and see it. But I don't know. Crimson's the only person I've heard mention it, so I'm not sure.
I was
Okay.
the one.
It might have been in the meeting. Okay, so you were the one who mentioned it. Okay.
Because
So
if
in that
Shen,
case-
who has been to town, knows about the shelter, then it becomes compromised.
Well, he
True,
knows
but
about
you know
this-
that it's a shelter?
Does he know about what?
Does he know
Does
it's
he-
a shelter or that it's a church?
I don't know, but I'm going to be honest. I mean, if he's an Earth Dragon, there's really nowhere to be safe from him on the ground. And now that I found out that Shen's sister is the Water Leviathan, the water's not safe.
He's
And
not.
dragons can fly.
He's not the Earth Dragon. He is summoning an Earth Dragon. I don't know what he is.
I see.
I think he's an ink dragon.
Well, either way, if there's an Earth Dragon, being
You know,
on the ground
that kind of makes
doesn't
sense
help
when
him.
he just uses magical ink. So yeah, that
Right.
makes sense.
He
So
has a
then-
form of unique magics.
Okay.
Yes, it still stains me, as a matter
So
of
if
fact.
the water's not safe and the earth isn't safe, where are we gonna go then? If something goes
that's-
down.
When I heard this, I said I didn't want to rock the boat because if a decision was already made, then I don't want people getting confused by one person saying one thing and one person saying something else. But if something hasn't been said, I still think this is a safe place. It's near the center of town. It's got coverage.
I suggested, even though it's probably a little bit dangerous, I suggested that we use, like the den, the Kobold Den that's behind Brian's house.
That's a
We
dumb
have people
idea.
down there. Shut up.
You know what
Crimson.
happens when a dragon steps on top of basically an area with no cover and support? It's gonna cave in and crush us all.
I don't know. It's a sturdy cave. That could work.
Made out of dirt.
Hey guys,
That reminds me, actually.
Lawrence has something to say.
Oh, does he?
Yes.
Yes.
Going back to Shen's magic, I do have samples of his ink. I know that some people were wondering if I could look into that. Well, I do have a list of materials that I need to start testing on it, and we can truly find out what sort of magic he uses.
Okay.
That's great.
Yes. That is
What
true.
are these
That's something we
materials?
worked on.
It still colors my my hand, as a matter of fact.
Wonderful.
Wouldn't
After
it
we're
be
done with the
water?
meeting, I'll hand out a copy of the materials for everyone, but I would just like to
I appreciate that.
remind people that is an option we have.
Okay. Additionally, I do remember one thing that Oberon did tell me, which is that, and also as far as my research has gone, Shen does not have a sundial. He should be able to die within this town. So
Yeah,
we might,
His sundial was a
as long-
fucking rock. That's all it was.
Yes.
It was a rock.
as long as, do we know that, does he know that we know that his sundial is fake?
Yep.
He
we
does?
established that
Okay.
yesterday when we were up in the sky.
Gotcha. Okay.
Plus,
well,
like-
regardless, we can come up with a strategy for killing him within the town, because that's our safest bet.
Because we can't die.
If it comes
We're
to that.
protected.
Yeah.
I still think it's a bad idea to, unless it's a last resort. I don't know. It just seems very difficult.
Plus, like, they shouldn't have sundials because they tried to destroy the town once already, right?
Hmm.
You know he's back, right?
They didn't try to destroy the town, they just tried to kill the Fae that were part of the town. And then it started a whole war between it, because the dragons are part of the town, or were part of the town. Shen is
So wait,
not
they-
native to this world.
So wait, the dragons didn't destroy the town in the third cycle?
I'm pretty sure they did, but it was not intentionally them destroying the town because it was the town. It was because the town had stuff to do with the Fae.
So it's like a little
You know,
workaround
I
they
was-
did?
I was thinking about wanting to look over those tomes to begin with. I've never actually seen the tomes we've collected. If possible, that might be something I do with you, Nerta, a little later, if that's something you'd be interested in looking into.
Yeah,
we
I've
can
only
potentially
heard
look
it
over
secondhand from people, so
clarify.
that'd be good. Yeah.
Okay.
And
I
then,
don't think,
did you have
I don't
something
think
to say real
Albacorn
quick?
had been eaten yet. I think there's some still left over there.
Okay. What do you think about holding a funeral for me?
I mean,
Sure.
I guess
You're
so.
not-
How do you
Yeah,
do a
it's
funeral
not-
for an
She is
undead?
dead.
She's dead.
Well, it would more be that I'm a Fae and anti-Fae magic was used to shoot me. So we hold a funeral so that the people who... Me?
On me?
Oh, I see.
no,
For those
say
who
something else.
don't know about... Oh, so that we can convince everyone that I am dead, then we hold a funeral for those who were not here and
Am I have to exercise
need to be convinced there, and then I'll hide like in the Maidenless Voyage or something like that.
No.
Or just the Mage Tower. And then if someone sees me here, then I'll just be like, no, actually I am alive, and it will be kind of a fun little surprise for people if they do manage to come across me wherever I am. I do think that up there might be the safest though, because pretty sure Shen would be able to see me if I was in the top floor of the Mage Tower.
Okay. I'm fine with
You
doing
guys
this,
do know
but
that
again...
I know where a bunch of hiding spots are, right? I was tasked to find a bunch, but it seems like no one's really brought anything up about that.
We talked about that literally
They
like
did
2
already.
minutes ago.
Can't hide that much. 'cause
It was like right before you came in. Yes.
Oh, come on. You guys did it without me?
Well,
I brought
Should
it
have been
up.
there.
I don't have a problem with that. The problem is, like, how long is this charade going to go on? Because, like, yeah, you could hide from the dragons, but what if it takes us, like, so many days to figure out what to do with them? Are you just gonna, like, hide away in the tower forever?
What? What do you do?
I mean, I'll be up there. Or if anything, I can be a little bit looser about it, and then the second that we have any sort of dragon show up or something like that, we can send a signal. We do have the signal set up, and then
We do have the system set up.
Yes.
Okay.
It can be sent to me to know, okay, go in super hide mode, but I just probably will avoid being in central hub. I'll probably be around in the Mage Tower or something like that, but I will just avoid the central hub where I can be seen easily.
Okay. Then we could get started on that right away, and have a funeral for you done. Okay. In that case, I'll start working on that. When do you want to go to the library then?
I mean, not terribly busy now, although I would like to try and help out ASO. Although I'm already kind of... I have an idea, but it would require people to head out to the forest. It's...
Well, I mean, we
dangerous.
gotta get stuff for Lawrence.
Yeah, we do have to get stuff for Lawrence to be able to study the ink, so I think that we should speak with Lawrence, get that material stuff, send a group out to the forest if we need to go to the forest for it, to gather those materials. I'll set up and speak with ASO, see what we can do to help ASO, and then I'll probably go up into the Mage Tower, and
just before that, we can see if we can pull up those books. I think it's probably smart. Anyone else who'd like to join along, maybe for some clarification?
Alright, and then in that case, while
to the forest for you, Fizwick.
while you all are doing everything today, let everyone know we'll do the funeral at sunset.
Thank you.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
Good to know. And just
Okay.
make sure to spread the word to people about the funeral. Make it
Mhm.
known. Alright, I
Right.
think that's all good.
Okay.
Okay. Good meeting. I missed half of, but it's fine.
It's
Mhm.
fine.
I slept in today, so it
So
wasn't a
go
good.
speak to Lawrence and then report to me, I guess.
Yes.
Crimson, they were saying that they didn't necessarily say we needed to change the emergency spots to go to. And so we were just saying, I just wanted to know where it was. And they said that you were the only one looking for spots.
I was tasked to find spots by Earhart.
Hey Don, I want you
Okay,
to,
what were the spots?
to Tobias when you get a minute.
I literally searched around the whole entire town to find the best spots possible, and I found, I think, 4 or 5 of them.
No.
Okay, what are they?
I gotta go. I don't know where you went.
I think the best one, I led Wayne to it. It's behind the red crystal at behind the red tree area.
Okay, do you
Maybe,
think a
like, the garden
dragon that's
thing?
flying would be able to see people there?
No, it's hidden. It has
Okay.
crystals like covering the top of it, and there's like a giant area behind it. There's only
Okay.
one path to get through and inside of there.
Alright,
Another
well,
one is along the cliffside at the far end over there. It's hidden from most view because the only way to see it is literally you have to like peer over like a tiny crack to see inside there.
Yeah, I've been over there
And it
before.
has more space in the crystal area. Another one is at the bush side. There's like a bush. You can go inside like a bush thing, and there's like this giant cave entrance.
Wait, where?
I don't know if you know
What?
about that one. That's one like down here somewhere. I think it's like back over there somewhere. There's like a bush that you can go inside, and on the other side there's like it's covered like by rocks in all areas, and then there's like a cave area in like the very far back of that section.
Behind the
Can you take me there?
I think somewhere like that.
Interesting.
Because that sounds
I could take you there,
promising.
not a problem.
If there's anything else with you.
Yeah?
All the way back here. Practically hidden by all points of view.
It's pretty good.
These are what most of the spots I found are like. I find like an entrance, and then you go to the very back of it, and it's practically hidden from all points of view. That's what most of them are.
Still feel like the basement of the church is better.
What happens if the church gets crushed?
Well, what happens if a dragon just plops down right here?
That's fair, that's valid. Makes sense.
As long as they don't see us going into the church, they pretty much have to, like, come inside, I guess.
Doesn't Shin know that we're gonna be in the church, though?
No? How would he know that?
Doesn't know of any of the plans.
He knows most of the things that we talked about, though.
Like, I know in emergency we
I think
want
there's
to
a
have...
good chance someone told him about it.
In that case, then the only thing we could do is not have a plan. Because then he could always find out a plan.
Yes.
But that's not a good plan. Having no plan isn't a good
I
plan.
mean, we could just go with all the, like, bunch of hiding spots that I have across the map. We separate people based off of skill level. We need a really high skill level person in each area.
No,
and then
don't
if
do
something
that.
happens, someone, like, fires something up in the air, and then we all charge the dragon from behind.
The whole point of the hiding places was that all the people that cannot fight were going to be hiding there. It doesn't do us any good if we split up all the non-fighting people and they get picked off little by littles.
And we can't afford to divide the
Looks like I
fighting
need to
amongst
find
all
another
the
spot.
non-combatant groups.
This is a nice place, though. I think I understand you're trying real hard, but the problem is that we need a place that everybody knows and that they can get to it. And I like the fact
I only
that
know one spot. It's completely hidden from anything. Even the Fae won't be able to find it. That's my last spot, but I'm going there myself.
Okay, I guess. But
I can tell you about it and no one else. No offense, Tobias.
But like
I won't be hiding.
the thing is that I just want to make sure that all the people, like, imagine Jasper and Zach, or like Miss Jojo, all the people that don't do any of the fighting, they need like a place to be together. You don't want them separated and alone and worried for other people that are separated. I think it'd be better if everybody was in the same place, you know?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah, the area, last area, it's a very spacious area. And it's hidden from any point of view. It's completely enclosed.
But you're keeping it for yourself?
And from what I know, I don't think anyone knows where it is. I will tell you about it if you need it.
No.
Because if it's fully necessary that the church is going to be compromised, then last ditch effort, and we could just use that spot instead.
Look, if it's a good spot, then I'm gonna tell people to use it. I'm not gonna make a last-minute decision, because if it's a good spot, I will tell them to use that spot. If they go to the church and
there's about it first.
Okay, well, I guess you could take me there then.
People there if we can confirm that the church is compromised.
I can't confirm it, but there's a very good chance someone's told. You know how many people talk to Shin? There's a good chance someone said something about it at some point. Just think about it.
Okay. Well...
Nerta, did you still want to hold a meditation session day?
Not after the meeting got cancelled and everything. I really did want to. I was basically going to just hijack the meeting today while everybody was in there and focused on the same thing and try to get them all to participate. But that kind of got messed up. And then my church service was kind of small today, so I didn't.
That's
but
fine.
Thanks for asking. Appreciates that.
Of course.
Alright, I'm going to see this place that Crimson's got, and then I'm gonna go to the library to look for books.
Of course. I'm going to check in with the Lord just to see what he's discovered at the ink.
Alright, be careful if you go to the forest.
I'm gonna tell you this as basic as I can. I was told out of character today, one of the GMs told me this. That there is a spot behind this waterfall, technically, that if you go inside, you're safe.
Okay,
I was told that by a GM. It is the last spot that I know of, and it's behind the waterfall.
But how do you get behind the waterfall?
That's what they said. They said there was technically supposed to be a spot here, and they took me here, and they said, we're just gonna pretend that there was a spot here. It was told to me by a shadeling.
How long ago?
That was 3 weeks?
So it's like
I'm talking in-game days, 3 weeks or so. It was near the beginning of me when I first joined you.
Alright, well, I'm not sure that's probably
valid
not
anymore.
Yeah, because the whole problem was that the map was supposed to be changing and evolving, but there were problems with the map, and that's why things haven't been changing and evolving. So there was probably going to be a cave there, but it's not.
Yeah.
So
we could just like pretend that it was there or something.
It probably is not going to be workable.
A good spot. Not
Mhm.
workable. It was worth a try. I mean, that's the one thing. Last thing I remembered, they said that there was cave behind the waterfall.
Yeah, it's probably
And that it
just...
was very like spacious. Like it was like an inlet cave that sort of like goes here and then it goes like in a circle area.
Mm-hmm. It's probably just one of the things that couldn't get done. Not unless there's like a hidden access through here, but I don't think there is. I've walked along this a couple times now.
And the reason you know I'm telling the truth is a shadeling told me about it. So they always tell the truth. They can't lie.
Well, I mean, fair, but
Can't lie about
also you're saying out of character.
Yeah, they were confused too that there wasn't anything here. I'm going to be honest.
Okay, so it's probably... I would say don't worry about it then. Okay?
Yeah, okay. I got it.
Okay. Well, in that case
try.
then, if there's like, you know, another place, right now I still think that the church basement is a good place. It's something everyone knows about.
You
It's
want
easy to
something
tell them where to
completely
go. Yeah, it's covered. Even if, you know, the church isn't the most sturdiest thing, it's easy to use as like an emergency place to go. So, I think we should still use it now.
Basement?
That could also be good. I don't think that's bad. The only
no one's
problem...
ever talked about that spot.
The problem is that anything that is up there on the second floor is near where the portal to the forest is, and that's where we think maybe the dragons would come from. And so keeping people down here is at least a smidgen like further away from that. But who's to say that they will actually show up there? We don't know. It's just our best guess. If anything, we think the Leviathan's going to come from the ocean, so that might be a better place if that's the case, but they could come from all sides. They could just plop straight from the air right down on top of us, then it doesn't really matter. It's the problem with making plans when you don't know things. The more things we don't know, the harder it is to plan for them.
I know his Wayne just kept complaining about like there's no cover above and for most of the spots.
Mm-hmm.
Most of them were just tucked away in a corner.
Yep.
Out of view from most angles except straight up.
Mm-hmm. But
so I'm guessing you do remember the one spot. Up top there, far back corner, there's like a trail behind a rock.
Yeah, when me and Mr.
Like
Pips are looking for places to dig, I've seen that.
Yeah, that was one of the spots I found. I don't know, but there's also the one behind the crystal. That one's a nice one.
Yeah, that one could
Wayne
be
said
pretty
that
good.
one would probably be the best out of all of them.
That one could be pretty good.
Completely covered. There's nowhere to see out of there. Like once you're in there, you can't see out yourself.
Mm-hmm. I was also
It's just
thinking
the
that
problem of getting inside.
the old Fighters Guild area, you know, the little hallways they have underneath of it.
There's an area underneath in it.
Yeah.
I never figured out how to get in there anymore. Remember there used to be like a path to get in there, but I never found it again.
Mm-hmm. But I was thinking that could be it, but it's not a very big space, so if we have like, you know, 10 or 15 people crammed in there, that might not be good either. Especially if anything were to break or something. But, you know, if you think of other things, let me know. Otherwise, I guess maybe Earhart,
spacious area
since they're the
closed off.
defenders, you know.
Spacious area and closed off is basically the two things that you would like to have.
Yeah, and easily reachable. That's one of the reasons why I don't know about the Kobold Cave, because while I think it would be a really good one for people to hide in, there's space and stuff, I think a lot of people would have problems getting down the hole safely.
I think my issue is, if, say for instance, it's an earth dragon. They stomp on there, the whole thing is gonna cave in.
Or they tunnel. But that's the problem.
Yeah, that
Any
too.
of them, like, where can we go to be safe from Shin's ink magic? I don't even know how that works, so, like, where would be safe from that?
Armor. Just wear something over top of most, like, vulnerable areas. Like, one has something around the neck to protect you there. Other than that, I think you're fine. Because he always usually, like, went for the neck. Remember that?
Yeah, but he also just, like, put his fist through Ivy's stomach. Remember that?
No, I don't.
That's how she said she got, like, the
I was
big hole.
thrown off the edge.
Well, I wasn't even there for it. I just heard. They
I
told
was
me
thrown
what
off the edge
happened.
because he never hit me with his magic ever.
Well,
He didn't
she
like
had
that. Kinda got a little pissy about it.
she had coverings, and apparently he just did a thing, and it went through it. I know she doesn't wear armor, but, you know. I'm just saying, like, there's a lot of different kinds of magic. If there's, like, a dragon with fire, you know, all of our wooden things are probably gonna burn. There's an earth dragon, so anything on the ground, like any building, can be shaken and knocked over. There's a water dragon,
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm saying. That's stuff.
they could, like, do
I
a
did
big
have a spot in
water
the
wave.
ocean, but it looks like that one's gonna be taken over. It was an ocean cave. Like, there was a little cave in the back corner over there, underground, like in the water. It, like, opens up to about, like, the size of, like, 5, 6 of me. So it could, like, fit 2 people. But it's like an air pocket.
Yeah.
Bottom of the ocean.
We don't know anything about the water dragon. It could just be that it lives in the water. Maybe it doesn't, like, have magic control over the water. Maybe it's something else, but you know, that could still be alright. It's just another problem of getting everybody there if they don't know, if they haven't already been there themselves.
I think it would only just be like one spot. Be like enough for like 2 people. Like think about oxygen levels.
Mm-hmm.
If a lot of people are in there, all the oxygen is gonna disappear. So we need to have less people in that area. Specifically, if we were to use that spot. Now the reason why I
it's probably
suggested
not a good
multiple
spot.
spots is he won't be able to find everyone at the same time.
Yeah, but you also
Instead of finding, he would have to find all the hiding spots.
Yeah, but it also means that everybody has to be broken up, and it'd be really hard to check on everybody afterwards. Just imagine that you're sitting there with, like, 2 people, and you've been sitting there for hours and hours, and you don't know if it's safe, and they maybe even not all the defenders know where all the spots are to come and get you.
I need to go around find. I need to go around and check on them daily or manually over time. You can go into each spot when I find the best path to go to them.
I just don't think it would be good. I think it'd be better if everyone was together.
Adventures would be good too, but
I think it's a good idea.
There is that like one house near the farm that I've never seen anyone use.
That was Mr. Bryan's farmhouse with Miss Mariana? Or Mrs.?
One, like, there's like there's 2, there's 3, there's 4 houses over there. There's one in the back with like the windmill, I know there's that one.
Yeah, the windmill.
And then there's, you're facing the farm this way, corn's like front, there's bushes behind you. There's like this one house there, it's really tiny, and there's like another house next to it.
Oh, that one. Yeah, I don't know about that one.
That's a technical hiding spot.
Yeah, but again, that is not a very many people's hiding spot.
I don't think anyone knows about it.
At that point, I would just tell people to be in the top part of the barn.
Makes sense. Well, I'll think about it. I think people went to the forest.
Yeah, I think so too. I know they're helping Mr. Lawrence and stuff, but I'm gonna go to the library and see if I can find books, okay?
Okay.
Take care.
Did we find anything else about the ink book thing?
No, I was gonna do that too, but I first want to double check things in the historical record before I check things in that book, just in case they don't match each other, you know?
Okay, just checking. Because I know they wanted to like keep an eye on it and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Did he already scare? Mr. Fezwix, did you already... Are you here? Hmm. Maybe he's up in the tower with Mrs. Ivy? Miss Ivy? No. I think almost everybody left. Fasters. Meow. They went out to the woods, I think. Well...
Yeah, she's burning up.
I said all fake ain't loud.
As far as I'm aware, fake can't lie in general.
So
Oh,
Tina's
wow.
blackmail
How
is
did you
like
know?
against me?
Hello there, man.
She doing okay?
I don't know. They're gonna
She's
try to
still
wake her
burning
up.
up. But yeah, they're gonna try to wake her up. Apparently, her dragon side's trying to get rid of her dwarven side.
You want sugar cubes?
Oh.
It could do
I'll keep
that?
on giving you sugar cubes if you stay quiet.
Does Ivy know that? Because Ivy apparently is trying to pull out the dragon or something. Or not pull out, but like invoke. I don't know. I forget the verbiage.
I would assume so because part of
Business deal. All right.
this was that part of the idea was like they bring out the dragon to try to ask them if they're doing it intentionally, if why they're doing it, and that sort of
Is
thing.
that the good stuff?
I see.
That's the good stuff. I don't know why you're even asking if that's good stuff. Obviously, that's the good stuff.
Okay.
That's the good stuff, and that's in my mouth now. So yeah, hi.
Are you doing alright, Nerda?
Give them sugar cubes.
No.
It's
I'm worried about a lot
reminds
of
me my
things.
grandkids, I see. All right. Well, all
Well,
right.
like what
you go
things?
you go have fun now.
Like the town being destroyed things.
Oh,
I'm gonna go look for
please
rats
do.
and find the rats and the little Orby thing that is whatever for
Mm,
that thing.
that's
I don't know
fair.
why she's burning up, but I'll get the
Oh,
Orby.
that'd be a shame.
Let me know, please. Yes, yes, yes. Thank
I have a
you.
feeling some of the other kobolds are hiding today.
Yeah.
Mostly Zach and Jasper.
Yeah.
That's a die.
You know what? Well,
Little Fox is energetic today.
some other white powder that I gave her.
Hmm. Well, I'm gonna check on some things. I was waiting on Fizwick.
I have some theories
But,
that
um,
might
Are you all
It
just...
looks like physics right there.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hello, Nota. Yes. We're going to now we have the situation kind of not resolved, but we know what the plan is. Once she finishes up talking, we'll head over to the library. That way, I don't hold you up for too long.
No, it's fine. It's okay. This is like the main thing on my ticket right now. So we can wait.
Okay.
Make sure she's alright. Do you need like fire or anything? Because I could do like a little fire mushroom thing, but that's about all I could do.
So we need the opposite, actually. The issue that we seem to understand is she's burning up right now, and I'm not as familiar with fire magic, but I had Michael kind of try to lay in with her energies and it kind of take the fire mana away to see if maybe that would help, and it did to some extent, but it still seems like her symptoms are going on. It seems like maybe her draconic side is rebelling against the rest of her body. Is the best solution we have. And what I was thinking is, I don't know if you remember... Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I guess that makes sense, because I think, like, the dwarf side of her has been trying to keep the dragon side of her pushed down for a long time, so it's probably finally feeling like I could break out or something.
Right.
I don't know. But what were you thinking?
Right. So, I don't know if you recall, but some time ago in the last iteration of the town, maybe it was this iteration, Pip had an issue where they were exceptionally cold, even outside. Initially, I had gotten an orb of pure cold from the Winter Court to try and help resolve that, but I guess the situation just kind of resolved itself. So I'm thinking if I could find that, which I guess was stolen, I found out when the Shadling was stolen by some musical rats, so we'll be dealing with that.
Of course, it's always musical rats.
If we can Right, I imagine if we can utilize that, something that is a very fiery sort of entity would be greatly weakened by the use of something that is perpetually cold. And in doing so, maybe we can get some balance back. This is my idea, but I mean, it's the closest thing I've got so far.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing over there, but I hope it's... Is it going good?
Yes, it is. I managed to bring forth the draconic form, and they seem to be stirring.
Oh. Well, this may be the second time that this orb of pure cold is unnecessary and unneeded. Let's see.
Hey, if anything, you know when you need to use it, something will get solved right away.
Inventory real quick.
That's true. Or it'll get stolen by rats.
Yeah, that's okay though. Miss Becca could help us if that ever happens.
I would rather not.
What do you mean? Are you like musically in tune? Are you good with rats? Is that what it sounds like? You're good with rats.
I would be just fine with rats, but I would rather not get anywhere near them. Thank you, Mr. Fizzle.
Oh, okay. Okay, so it's not... It's okay, so you're just playing a little joke, I see. All right.
Yeah, just a little bit.
You won't have to see the musically inclined rats. You know, I asked the Shadlings if it was the same rats that just kind of went into that... You remember when they all went into the tavern? There was like a big, massive, pile of them that just tried to come in?
Yeah,
apparently those are unaffiliated rats.
You know, if the situation does come up, could you let me know? Miss Rose has assured me to give them a bit of a chance, and who knows, might work out. It's like the advice I was going to give to you about all your worrying. You know, it's whether the good thing will happen or the bad thing will happen. So don't worry about it, because you can't control it.
Well, that's the problem. I feel like I'm responsible for lots of people, so I feel like the weight of my decisions don't affect just me, it affects a lot of people. So for me to not worry about it would also mean that other people might get hurt.
The problem with those with wealth, yes. You must learn to, you have your responsibility and you're going to do the best you can, but, whatever happens to them happens, it's fine.
I wish I could feel that easy about it, but maybe it'll be something that I get used to in time. But for right now, I'm very worried about it.
Anything that I missed?
The more you're in a position of authority, the more you'll get used to it. Don't worry, I assure you. There's one thing I've learned with, being the heiress to the lack fortune.
Magic?
Okay.
You're an heiress to a fortune?
Well, I was, I guess. I
Wow.
don't think I'd have access to it now.
Yeah,
True.
it'd probably be
I
hard.
suppose it'd be very difficult.
Quite difficult. I guess I have to greet people differently now, because that's usually how I greet myself.
Well, I mean, if you were able to get wealth and stuff in the other place, maybe you could also do it here. Although...
Oh, goodness, no, I didn't lift a finger. No, I was the heiress.
Mean that you are up and atoms.
She came into her money. Her parents were really rich, and they just kind of said, "Here you go."
Oh, because the money comes
Though I
in
was
through
trained
the
to
air, it just like floats into you. Is that why?
Oh no, it's with an H. H-E-I-R.
Oh, like hair. Got you. You got it from hair.
Yeah, we'll just go
It's
with
okay. Common. It's okay. It's a weird language.
Okay.
I understand.
But she would have inherited the money.
Hereditary.
Oh, so when you were born, the money came out of your mom? I didn't know that was possible.
Kind of.
I
Yes.
bet the Green Dragon would have really liked to have money like that. I've heard of the goose that
Though
lays
I
the
was
golden
gonna be
egg, but that's different.
That is a bit different, yes. No, I was going to be a show horse, and with the hurdles and whatnot, but, I had a chance at my debutante party, but then I woke up here, so.
Well, I think you could still be a show horse. What kind of shows did you do? Or would you have done?
Again, the hurdles, like I was good at jumping and, doing my little prance.
In which case, if
You could do that.
decides to show again,
It's not like my sister. She was trained to be more of a racehorse for, the circuit.
by the time that Castian shows. Regardless, I don't know if there's any.
And I could do some athletics, but I don't think we have any hurdles around town, do we?
I don't know, there's like
Jump across the river sometimes, but
there's like bushes to jump.
there are bushes.
What's an animal that starts with an F
Perhaps.
and there's an O and an X in it?
The fox?
What
Okay.
do you do other than your mushrooms?
Well, I mean, like, what at my tribe, that's mostly what I did. I digged tunnels and I grew mushrooms. That's basically it. Now that I'm here, I'm like, I do like everything. I do some farming, I do some merchant stuff, I run to church, I help new people not feel so alone and depressed and terrible, only just a little bit alone, depressed, and terrible. I got a little bit of healing, so I can do a little bit of healing. Don't ask me to fight though. I can't really. I don't want to. You know.
Oh, why that's not for us, concern ourselves with. Though my daddy did show me a way around the musket, but that was just for sport with hunting. Kind of grew out of that though.
What's a musket?
Focus more on.
He's just some draconic.
Oh, it's just a rifle that shoots this little metal ball out.
Oh, it's a
put a
gun?
bunch of black powder in it. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it's all Mr. Ted had one he got from Miss Fox. It's all the Fox people from Burrow, and they're like.
Oh, people have some guns here. Oh, well, that's mighty interesting. I wouldn't have one like my dad's so nice and good. Oh, really?
Yeah,
Why is
because
that?
the Fae can't touch iron, so if you have like the little metal balls made of iron and you shoot them, then it hurts them.
Well, if you need me for anything else,
Oh, ours were made of lead.
Yeah, I don't think
Is that good?
anything against Fae.
I mean, it was,
You
quiet
think I
day.
should be safe to go around town, or should I try and, go invisible of some sort?
I think most people are gone out of the forest already.
Okay, and I guess that Shen wouldn't just show up unannounced into town.
If he did, that would be really bad, but I suspect he won't.
Given circumstantial karma, as they would, one would argue that eventually this will be our downfall, but I think at least the first time should be alright.
Right. Okay, so I think we're ready to head to the library if you're
Sure.
ready to head along.
I am. Have a good one. Thank you for trying to pep me up. And Titus,
No problem at all, Miss Nerder.
if you ever have the opportunity to help with the farm, I don't know what your magics could do, but we've been going through the corn. We might need to replant the corn.
Alright, I'll see what I can do.
Thank you.
Which is very funny.
Yes, luckily I got to pull some shenanigans out when I was dealing with that. I just simply pulled the dragon form forward.
I see.
Do you think everybody
Pull the
has a
dragon-
dragon
oh,
form
how did you
inside
do
of them?
Going to reach into your soul, sensing, seeing if I can find anything other than kobold within you.
It's all kobold.
You don't have a dragon form.
What about
Drums.
me? Ooh, try me.
Yeah, Fizwick the dragon.
Oh.
Is there any form of dragon within you?
Nah, this is a goblin.
You're just a goblin.
Aww. Wait.
Yeah, but basically I...
How do I know if you have a
A
dragon?
mess of vampire.
She's
A mess of vampire and fae.
Yeah, but you could
in
be
a
a vampire
continuous
fey
harmony.
dragon. Imagine that. You could be the bridge across life and death, fae and peoples and dragons and other peoples.
I would simply be the bridge between every single species that has a foot in this race.
I mean, you've been drinking lots of blood. Maybe you got
It's
a
true,
little
if
bit
I could
of
drink some
everybody.
dragon's blood.
I mean, you've drank enough of my blood at this point that you might just be pot goblin too. Who knows?
She's
I
been
don't know if that's
gobbling down
exactly
that
how it
blood.
works. It's true, I have.
That is true. I'm glad I haven't been using a lot of my mana, because it's been lower since. But hey, payment is
Ed,
important.
real quick. Are we good? Look into the town, see if we're good.
Oh.
I see no one.
I think we're good.
Shin, if you're here, you're obligated to tell me.
Ghost Town.
Mm-hmm.
Eerie.
So, as I was saying, I reached into Iso's soul basically and saw a bit of themselves that's a dragon, and I just ordered it to come forward, and lo and behold, she turned into a dragon form.
Wait, can you command
Order magic
dragons?
seems really useful.
Can you command dragons?
Not exactly command dragons. It kind of has to do with the... I can't just convince someone to do something. It's more pull out an aspect of someone. If it's within their code or being, then I can just simply rewrite it and try and command it to act differently. But I cannot actually command a person to do something.
Was it like, when you were in there, is it kind of like a dream thing?
A dream?
Like, inside of ASO, when you're, like, trying to bring out the dragon side?
You've ever seen a coin at the bottom of a well, or maybe a rock in the water, and you simply reach your hand in to bring it out? That's what I did.
Oh, okay. Because
Alright,
I
so
just want to make
Ivy,
sure.
you would... Sorry, go ahead.
I was just gonna make sure that if I ever try to like draw out somebody's like inner things, that I'm not just doing like an Imagine Dragons, you know.
Yeah, you don't want to imagine dragons.
Mm-hmm.
No, that would be very, very problematic. The last thing you'd want is to wake up in ash and dust.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Fair.
So, you would know a little better than I would where exactly these tomes are being held.
Right here.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Let's see. And you said this was the third iteration?
Yeah, the third cycle's the one where the dragons were supposed to be here.
I don't... let's pull out volume 3 and 4, and let's see if we can maybe parse this out. Okay, hang on.
Do you want the chair?
Yeah, I would like the chair, yes.
I was speaking to Netta.
No, I'm good standing. I'm fine. I slept in today.
Okay. Whew. So let's look over this. Oh, goodness. All right. So, it says here... As I'm reading through... Well, it seems to say the dragons have come from outside the realm. They became allies to the town and fought alongside the humans and townsfolk against the Fae. All right. It isn't... Yes. Hang on. What? Oh.
Down.
Beautiful. Excellent. I'll get to that. Thank you. Oh, that's the orb of pure cold. Excellent. I guess they found the rats before I did. Anyways, we were reading up on the history of the town, if you want to listen. I want to clarify some things, because apparently it seems as though there's a lot of people saying different things, so I'm just reading directly from here. It seems as though in the third iteration, the dragons came from outside of the realm. They became allies with the town, fought alongside the humans and townsfolk in the Fae, and I'm continuing on reading a bit more as I go through. It seems as though the Fae... Oh! Huh. Well, that recontextualizes some things. It looks as though the Fae were the ones who actually caused the destruction of the town, forcing the dragons to split and leave.
Wait, what?
Don't look at me.
I'm looking at people. I'm looking around.
That's
but, you know,
very different than what we've been hearing, actually. What's...
Yeah.
Okay, so you don't count.
That's really different. Okay. Well, hang on. Whoa. Let me fall off the table. Let's see something. Let's try the next. Let's try the next book. Perhaps the fourth volume might have a little more to say. Okay, yeah, it starts out right here. Apparently because... So, the dragons began to resent the Fae, which started with the war. Okay. Birth of the corruption. Corruption is what caused the demise of the fourth town. Cycle of Sundial. And the resentment of the Fae came from the issues of the fact that the Fae caused destruction of the third town. And the dragons sort of leveraged... Okay. So more or less, it seems as though the Fae were the ones who had caused the direct destruction of the third town, and within the fourth town, or fourth iteration of the town, there was the birth of the corruption, which I believe several of you know as Nathan.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
But
well, I suppose that settles that. I guess. I mean, it sounds very different from what we've been hearing, though. I don't know why there's such a big discrepancy.
I don't remember who first told me, but someone said the third cycle ended with the dragons destroying the town. But Said the dragons were allied with us, and then the Fae were the ones that destroyed the town? Just to make sure.
That is what I
That's what I'm hearing. Let me I can double check. Hang on, let me open it up again.
Okay.
The thing is, though, is that Fae can't lie.
Were they ever asked?
But it is.
Yeah.
But it is possible that the person who wrote that book could have lied.
Also true.
Isn't the book that's from Lawrence's like great siblings from way back when?
Well, Mr. Lawrence is not from here. He's just been here a really long time.
But his relatives were. So it could be, you know, a different iteration, and maybe his relatives didn't like the Fae, and that's what he wrote in. So it could be inverted as the dragons killed rather than the Fae.
The victors of history are the one that become the heroes.
Well, for now, if all we have to go off is this, that seems to be the information we have, at least from what the books are saying.
The book doesn't say who wrote it then.
Not that I see, no.
Well,
Okay.
we're already doing
I'm gonna put
stuff
this
for
back on the
Mr.
shelf.
Lawrence today, so maybe we should double check with him about who wrote the books. If he knows.
Oh yeah, we can bring him over if you like, yeah.
Also, I wanted to double check that book, the one with the shifting ink when you touch it, and see if it knows anything about the third cycle.
Oh gosh. We still haven't been able to unbind it.
Where is it?
It's over there. In the second shelf from the bottom. If you want me to get it, I can go get it.
Yeah, do you want to see if we could do it today?
It's likely, unlikely, but let's see.
Doesn't hurt to try.
I want to learn how you guys do that trick where you're just kind of like sitting on nothing. I can't do that. That's like really strong leg muscles.
Oh, well, for me, I'm not really showing them, but I'm tactically floating.
Oh.
As for me, I just simply order myself not to be able to fall.
Oh. Okay, and here I thought you just had really good core strength, both of you. Okay,
No,
fair
no,
enough.
no, heavens no.
I just sit on
Sorry about
mushroom.
the
I mean,
tail.
I've got-
I can't really move it.
No, you're fine. It's not even hitting me. You're good.
Okay.
I've got the book right here, but it's still bound. Greases seem to have information about it, but not exactly how to open it. Greases isn't here, so I don't see a way that we could.
Plus,
get
last
it
time we
to
brought
work.
it to him, he said he wasn't a mage. He said, "Well, I'm not a mage." I was like, "Oh, fair enough."
If it's ink and it's magical ink, couldn't we just try to dispel it?
If it's magical ink, do we? I was thinking it might be a Fey trick. What if this is a trick from Shen? What if this is more misinformation?
Yeah, that's what I thought the first time as soon
That's
as
what
it
I'm
was like
saying.
magic ink, but I don't think it was the same. I think it was different, but it might also be because maybe Shen has changed over a long time and this was like an earlier book or something. It's hard to know.
Could be. And then how would
It
that
could
tie to the
be.
we just don't know? So yeah. Well,
Oh, good. I found Cassian.
Cassian?
Oh,
cool.
Good, excellent. We can use him.
For what? Oh, the
to
cold.
help with
oh,
ASO.
yeah, ASO.
ASO's.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, hang on. Let me make sure I don't forget this. Store it. Oh my god, it's really cold. Okay, just put that there in the bag. All right.
Surprised that you were able to touch it directly with your gloves.
These gloves are warmer than you think. I used to be an ice mage.
What?
Oh, yeah. So when I came over here, my mana kind of shifted a little warbly. I couldn't actually use much with it when I first came here. I had to practice day in and day out to get as good as I am with water magic.
I mean, if you know water magic, it's very likely that you could also adjust that into ice magic simply by working with the properties of the water and trying to freeze it.
Yeah, and I've gotten to the point where I can even start to boil it. But freezing it is just becoming so difficult. I don't understand it. It's been tricky. I've been wanting to see if I could speak with somebody who's a bit more skilled, but, I mean, Rainier's never around anymore, unfortunately, and everyone else who works specifically with ice just disappeared.
Hey, I know that whenever we were trying to boil water in the caves, sometimes in like some parts of the cave, it felt like the water would boil faster than others. Like when you got really deep down in there, it would like boil faster, but when you were closer to the top of the mountain, sometimes, you know?
That has to do with pressure.
So you're saying if I was taller, and I was physically closer, higher up, maybe then I can
No,
make it
no, I
colder.
was,
Yeah,
no,
maybe.
I wasn't implying that it's because of
No,
your
it's a good
small...
idea.
Well, I don't think...
It's a good
just,
idea.
I don't think from here to here matters.
Yes?
Apparently, according to ASO, we need you to turn his blood into a stabilizer.
Oh, Ivy's good with blood too.
I wouldn't even know where to start. That sounds more like something Ivy might be able to do.
That would be
I hope.
something that I'd be able to do.
Alright then.
Although I do have a vial of his blood that I haven't used, why wouldn't I do it?
I don't know.
Yeah, I already gave her a vial.
I could use that vial to create it into a stabilizer.
Yes, if you
And then I'll give you more afterwards to compensate.
Oh, appreciated. Yes, does it just need to be a sort of healing magic put into it? Oh, there she is.
I'm not sure. We can ask ASO when she makes her way up.
Do you need help getting up, ASO? Here, do you need assistance? Here, take my hand.
Saw Mr. Gracious here earlier. Did he say he had any like rendezvous or something with people?
I mean, sometimes Mr. Greasus just disappears from time to time.
He told
I
me
haven't
that
seen him here.
He told me that there was a person out in the woods that we needed to get in contact with about storage. Do you know about this guy?
I do not.
He said that he's been slowly, like, moving some of the things of the town into storage with some guy in the woods, so that if anything bad happens to the town, we don't start fresh over.
Okay. Right.
Sorry, can you say that again? I've been deep in thought.
Sorry, there was, Mr. Gracious said that he's been slowly moving things out of the town to storage with some guy that he has in the woods. Do you know about that guy?
I use them for alchemy.
I mean, if that's the tiny little mold creature from Chuck Incorporated, then that might be who he's talking about. Otherwise, I'm not entirely sure.
Okay.
I think I was just called.
Well, he said it was more like a guy of his stature. But I don't know if that means it could be a big Chuck, because I have met a big Chuck before.
I've only seen the one Chuck today.
Oh, there was a Chuck here today?
I was at the forest with...
Yes,
that-
it brought the
I'm
the
sorry,
message that
forgot
I
what
got
your
from
name is.
Oberon.
Oh.
Michael? Yeah.
Oh.
By the
I
way,
didn't
Michael,
think the Chucks
where'd
would
you
work with
find the,
Oberon. I
old
thought they were
coal?
like
I
with
was
the
told
borough
some musical
people.
rat stole it.
We found the
Nope,
rats
they're
that was
contracted
stealing
with the
stuff.
spring court.
Oh. I see.
Had that always been like that?
Find it from rats. Okay, well
Michael's
that's
book.
good. Excellent, thank you.
I don't know, I just met them today.
With the rats, but Wayne decided to threaten the rat.
I was around that.
And the rat took his dagger. And then we chased.
Well,
Then it took my
if
book.
Gracious knows anything about the book,
negotiated
and I also needed to
Yeah,
meet
that
his
was-
like
that was
storage
just
person,
like
I might have to go out to the
Okay,
woods then.
that's good.
So I think I might head that way.
Good luck.
If
And
just,
hopefully
you know,
I don't
as
run into a
Michael's
dragon,
favor,
right?
etc., etc.
Yeah.
If you need anything from me, just let me know.
I don't think you should be too concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Nerda.
So, good
Yes?
news. Aso was
I was able to
here.
help
Bad
the
news,
corn crop.
apparently their blood is
I
boiling
got it
so hot
sprouting
right
a bit.
now that it is burning holes through
No
sheets when
full
it's
ears of
cooking,
corn
Didn't need your
yet,
help extracting
but
it.
they are well on their way.
Thank you, Mr. Titus. I appreciate that.
I guess.
It's nice to have an
And
extra pair of hands helping with the farm.
make it
I don't
into a
think people recognize how much
stabilizer
food we go through until
taking the
maybe we
blood that
run
I
out
have
of it.
his and fusing it together with hers, and then
Yeah, I can
reintroducing
imagine.
it into the bloodstream.
Mm-hmm.
I would believe
so.
Also to make
All
sure
right,
that it's
take care of.
Luckily, plants seem to grow much faster here,
Okay, so what, we
it
need
was
to take it
easier
out
than
to
I
mix it
anticipated.
together and see if they're compatible.
Yeah, there's definitely some sort of magic to it.
Ivy's
So you
gonna-
definitely shouldn't be able to grow it that much that fast.
They're even compatible.
Right. That's what we've discovered. Right, all right. This is
Good
gonna
luck, everyone.
hurt just a little bit, but Ivy's very talented at working with blood.
And they stole my grandpa's orb, and they were like doing thingy stuff.
I don't know if I should go to the woods, but I haven't been out to the forest since, well, not for a while. It's been a while. I tried to go out there when everybody ended up fighting with Shin and things went bad. But even before that, what was it like? Oh no, I went out there since like the Iona ward breaking and all of that. Alright, let's drink some water. Hydro homies. I've also got bug bites like crazy. Oh my god. Outside. You know what? Before we do anything else, I'm gonna unlock this and move you further away. And then re-lock that. There we go. That should be better. The forest feels a little bit more ominous now that there's even more danger out here than there was before. At least before I felt like Miss Eska was taking care of us. Even if maybe, you know, things weren't always in her control. Is anybody even here? Oh, there's Wayne. Well, I'm not jumping into the water. There's like some sort of like water dragon in there sometimes. Just go this way.
I saw one a long time ago. It was a giant cube, and
Oh, a gelatinous cube? Oh, I
Welcome
hate
back.
gelatinous cubes.
Mhm.
They're so scary.
Seen a couple of those before.
Are you all
Not
okay?
Nerta. Nerta's not shaped like a cube.
Alright,
We're
well,
alright.
thank you for trying.
Ted's missing, though, or at least we can't find him. He said he was having a conversation, but when we looked back to where he was having a conversation, Shen walked by.
If
don't
I had the
really
way to
know.
dry off, I would help. But anyways.
Yeah, he's wanted to talk to Shin for a while. I just read the book about the third cycle with Mr. Fizwick, and I think there's been some miscommunication about things, and I wanted to clear it up, but, like, instead of waiting for a meeting, basically we read the book, and instead of hearing it secondhand from other people, when we read it ourselves, it said that the dragons were on our side during the third cycle, and that the town was destroyed by the Fae, and not the dragons.
Really, man.
So, is this just a loop?
I don't know if it's like a loop, because apparently the town appears in different places with different people, and different things happen, but they just call it cycles, because no matter how many times the town gets destroyed, it reappears differently and somewhere else. I think that's the dreamer trying to do something.
I guess.
Yeah.
You look at
But
generations have passed down.
I don't know what to do with that, because we also don't know who wrote the books, and if it was the dragons that destroyed the town, who's to say that the dragon didn't just write the book and say that it was the Fae? But
I thought Lawrence wrote all the history books.
that's what Michael
I mean,
said.
if we ask a Fae, they might know, since they can't really lie, but
Mhm.
I doubt any of them would truly have any answers. Unless we talk to an ancient Fae.
Yeah, but the older the Faes are,
I
the
think
crazier
we
they
just
are.
killed the ancient Fae.
And that's the bad part.
But basically,
the Faes.
Oh wait, hold on. How old was that giant ice one?
Miss Shiva?
Oh, got pricked by the knife. That's okay.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just a little
I mean,
more.
Mr. Oberon's been around for like 1,000 or so years, right?
What the fuck?
I have a horrible idea. What happens if an open wound is exposed to Nim?
But I
They
thought
might start dissolving it.
Do that?
I would not.
Oh, it's just a little cut.
Slime.
Also, I know cure wounds.
Can you do magic?
A lot.
No, I mean like since your arm was hurted.
Oh, it's better now.
Oh, okay.
Well, mostly. It's still a little achy to move. Considering Michael and Catherine channeled a whole bunch of healing into it right after it happened, I think it made it better faster, which is nice, I think.
Are you sure you want to do this?
What? No.
Why
I
were
already
you
have a
doing it
cut on my
now?
hand because I
I don't want
got
you
poked
risking
by
it. You're already injured.
What? I'm not. It's fine. I don't
You're
have
already
to
injured.
do it anyways.
I'll do
I
it.
don't have to do it anyways. I'm not going to do it. We don't have to test that.
They're already accidentally cut by the slime anyway, so...
If I remember correctly. She got Rudy. Yeah, she got Rudy.
Do you know where Ted was
I don't
last?
see any Fae or anyone else here right now. They could be in hiding. Maybe.
Say again?
Yeah, I tried saying that earlier. Thanks for trying.
We think ghosts.
You absorbed my blood, but the wound
You've
is
seen ghosts?
Yeah, we saw ghosts.
Yeah, it's the same ghost from the spooky wards on the one mansion.
Oh.
Same one.
Did they talk to you or something?
No.
Nope.
No.
No.
Sorry for the little drop of blood in you.
Oh.
Too bad we do not have any ghoul collars.
The
Well,
fuck is a ghoul caller?
People who work with spirits and ghosts.
Oh,
you
I thought you meant like a
Anything?
caller, not.
We used to have something like that.
Caller. Caller.
it's common stuff, isn't it?
Wait.
Alright, fuck this common language. Nito lapotera, iskimeo, di pahlen spekrono, fuck me.
Gristom share my inista.
Ah, it's too bad, pungnelo. It's my friend, tupala.
Wait, are you speaking Smelf?
Damn.
No, I'm speaking Elvish.
Oh, maybe it's close. Okay, I don't know Elvish. I just got told 2 lines in Smelf.
Elvish is a large root for a lot of languages. So is Dwarven.
She also looks like a kobold, so I have no idea.
Oh, there's Crimson.
How's it hanging, everyone? Is everyone doing
We
good?
still haven't found Ted. We've been sitting here for fucking ever.
How was
Oh,
your
he's very
totally
nice.
not evil conversation with
Should
Shen?
I fly out again?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah,
No
if
such
you didn't see him
thing.
the first time,
Did you find them?
Spend hours at it and you won't find him.
Well, I'm gonna do that.
I'd like to
Speaking of
apologize for
normal.
taking so much time conversing also.
No,
You should
it's
gonna-
fine.
It's okay.
We don't know what Ted is. We haven't seen him.
is not common. Yes.
Speaking of finding anything,
Can we
there's
confirm
some
that he's
strange
here?
creature that was like looks kind of wood-ish and looked like a tree. The one that you
Adam?
Spice trap.
Spice Dragon? Was that what it was? Was it like a giant flower with like lizard looking?
Oh yeah, that's a spice trap.
Yeah, it looked somewhat lizard-looking. Had some ears.
Okay.
Spice trap, my apologies.
I touched it multiple times. We touched noses. They
Me
have
too.
some like my feathers. And
Okay.
then once I finally took a bite,
I'll be
of
back.
the
Go do
leaves, they ran
something.
off.
No, you worry about what I'm doing.
Okay.
I'm still
Oh.
amazed that you can fly with a mushroom.
I gotta find Ted. I gotta find Ted. Well, well, well. The first place I look. Well, look at that.
Look at what?
I went to go looking for you because they said that you went missing, and I found you in the first place I went looking, along with a lot of other notable people.
It probably seems pretty suspicious, but in reality, I got lost because I was talking to a merchant, and then I just was all by myself. I came up here looking for gems.
Did the merchant look kind of like Mr. Gracious, but not quite?
Very loosely, yes.
Like he's a very round man?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I needed to find him so I could talk to him about storing stuff.
I don't think he does that. Did Gracious tell you he does that?
Yeah, Mr. Gracious said that he was his contact, that he was taking things from the town and putting it in storage in case the dragons wipe things out, so that we have some backup. And I was gonna see if I could maybe ask him to store some things of mine in case the worst happens to me.
Fair. I mean,
But
Gracious said if you need to contact him, just, you know... Actually, let me scratch that. The fella down there, who, by the way... He wouldn't tell me his name. Gracious told me. I forgot. I mean, a lot of shit's happened lately, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But he said if we need him, just leave a note on his carriage and he might show up.
By the way, now might be the best time than any, but bishop, knight, pawn, black.
I didn't know we were
That
going
seems
with
kind
chess
of rude.
names.
Black's
Well,
not. I mean, it's a color, not a chess piece.
It goes with the board though, so that works. Incidentally.
Yeah, that's your names, okay.
But that should help with that. The rook is still in town dealing with a problem. But did you talk to Mr. Shen?
Which one?
We haven't
Not
seen
today.
any dragons today.
Hmm.
We
Okay.
literally just walked up here. I mean, you floated over. We haven't been here for more than 10 seconds.
Okay. So I and Mr. Fizwick, along with Ivy and Michael, went to the library to read about the third cycle ourselves. And the book was different than how people had told me it was. Have any of you actually read it?
No.
So, reading it, in the third cycle, the dragons showed up, and they were allies to the town. And apparently, the Fae started a fight with the dragons, and the Fae were the ones that destroyed the town, not the dragons.
Who told you the dragons did this?
I don't remember, it's been a while now. I just remembered that being... People were saying Lawrence wrote it, but I don't think Lawrence has been here that long. Unless he got the information from something else and then wrote it down. So I wanted to ask Mr. Lawrence if he knew who wrote the books, if it wasn't him. Because if not, it could have just been a dragon wrote it and then left it and people found it, you know. Because that's always an option.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
That would make it suspect to perhaps being a biased source.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the oldest Fae we know?
Like ones that we've talked to or ones that we know of?
Both.
I mean, I know that Mr. Oberon's been around for at least 1,000 years. Probably more.
And when did the third cycle happen?
Wasn't that like hundreds of years ago?
So he would know, and as a Fae, he can't lie.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean he was at the town when it happened.
True, but he still might know.
Yeah, he might know. You would also have a reason to be not entirely truthful about the dragons, because, you know, he doesn't want them around.
But he can't lie.
He can't lie, but he could be weaselly.
That.
Wait. Aska? Aska!
Speak of the Fae.
You're alive?
Eyes are real. Tree, say.
Is Sasha safe? I wasn't there when things happened. I don't know. I was told you were dead. I see your lives. Is there something I can do?
I need help.
Yeah, I know. What can I do?
No. No, no.
Well, sit down then. Or something. Do mushrooms help? Could a mushroom help you? I could do that. Here, you want this one? I could give you this one. Oh.
I can't stay awake.
Do you want me to have us carry you back to town? Would that help?
I need energy to protect.
Do you need me to like be happies or something? That's really hard. Or sads. I could do that one. You can make it easy for me to be sads right now. Would that help?
She's completely passed out.
Perhaps we can shelter her in town.
I don't know if that would help. She's like she's a forest fae. Wouldn't the forest be better? I just said that because that's the only thing I could think of. I guess the mushroom didn't do much.
No, but at the very least, we might be able to find someone in town that might more of an affinity that could help her.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
The hot springs?
Perhaps.
Do we want to bring her back?
I'm gonna touch her flower dress. Does it still numb me?
Only a little.
More information.
Okay. I don't know. I don't know what we do, because I don't want to take her from the forest if that hurts her, but obviously she's not doing good right here, right now.
I think Ted's idea of taking her to the hot springs might be our best option right now.
Okay. I like that. It's a long way down, though.
We're near the Featherfall Circle.
It's never simple.
We are? Where is it?
Right here.
Oh, really? Can you... Mr. John, can you pick her up? Just be careful, like, only touch the barky parts of her. If you touch the dress, it's gonna numb you. I knew that.
Alright, picks up by the bark parts.
Okay, let's get her to the hot springs then.
Hopefully Yunomi isn't around. I don't think she would like this very much.
Who?
Yunomi?
Yeah, well, you know what? Miss Yunomi's also had problems with people not liking her, so she can just get in line and enjoy the fact that people still care about her despite it.
Which was the fae of the forest that came to town and threatened to kill everybody?
Let's not worry
This
about that
one.
right now.
No.
Yep.
Alright,
We were all upset at that time.
Let's go.
I'm just gonna close my eyes and jump. Don't. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, that's not too bad.
You weren't too far off the mark.
Okay. I'm assuming you know the way.
Up there.
I think,
This way.
yeah.
Or that way.
Oh, Ted can find his own way.
I think this way. Yeah, this way. Yeah, I know where we are now. We've come this way so many times. And then this is the big route that takes us up.
Yeah.
Is she breathing?
Checks.
I don't know if they breathe, actually.
Yes.
Okay.
She is still breathing.
Okay. That's good. We're very close. We're almost there. Oh. Go on. Maybe the water will help?
Is that sound in the water? I don't know.
Head starts to fall in the water.
No, I'm holding.
Oh, no. Not sure if they
This-
even can drown, but better safe than finding out.
Yeah. Miss Casca,
Tell if
I'm
it's doing
sorry
anything.
everything got really messy. I wasn't there when everything happened, but I know that Shin guy. I know he doesn't like the Fae peoples, and I want to like you guys, so you know, I want you to still be around. I don't want you to leave yet, or whatever Fae do. I want you to get better. I still want to be friends.
I hold no ill will about your actions in the past. And I hope that can possibly repair our relations between you and the town. I don't want to see your family hurt any more than you do.
I mean, I still have a crunch, but you know, at the very least, she can make up for it by continuing to live and try to, you know, undo some of the things that she did.
Despite everything, she's still out cold.
I don't know what kind of glamour she lived off of. I assume it's something to do with, like, having families or family things, because that's, like, all she was about, but... Wait, so, you know, I could, like, reminisce about, like, my family and stuff, like, you know, the tribe, when things were really bad, like, Elder Grimstork, he would sometimes do, like, shadow puppets with the campfire that we would do, and he would tell really good stories that would make everyone laugh. I really remembered that. It was nice. It was good family memories. Do you have any, Tobias?
I do not. I was largely alone.
Did you have a family that you made for yourself? What about here? Are we like a family?
We are.
You got a
We
good
all work
story?
together and help protect each other.
Grandpa?
Yeah.
How about you?
My wife is dead. My child is dead, and the only real good family ran away from me, so not really a pleasant story.
Can you two at least try?
What do you want me to do? I don't really have much of a good family backing.
I call you Grandpa.
That is true. You are very sweet.
Thank you. I don't even know if that's like the kind of thing she works off of, but I don't know what else.
There are no Fae where I come from.
Well, me either, but I've learned some things. We know that they get glamour from, like, people's emotions and things like that. So at least what Longnose John told me.
My
With
head
his, like,
starts to
jar.
slip into the water again.
No.
Does she eat? Drink?
Well, I don't think Faye really eat. Not to, like, live off of.
Maybe we need to put her on a sunny spot, absorb sunlight. She's part plant, I think.
That makes sense. Yeah, I like that thinking. Should we, like, put her up on the balcony thing?
Yeah, let's try that.
Okay.
The water at least doesn't seem to be helping.
Just be careful about her dress.
Of course.
Here, use this bench. Her staff's still out. I know a lot of times she, like, puts it away, like, magically. I'm gonna grab the moon part of it. Oh. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have done that. Or maybe I should have. I don't know.
It feels like we should get them to the healer's building.
Perhaps.
I really
Doesn't
feel
seem
like
we can find a solution.
I feel like we should get Sasha here. I know they're angry at each other, but it'd probably be nice if they could see each other.
I do still have what's left of the ring she gave Iona. I don't know if there's any of her magic left in it.
Yeah, here. Put it in her hand. Maybe she could, like, feel the magic or something. Nothing. Then I think that's the only other chance we have. We could bring her into town, but I know there's other people with grudges.
Unfortunately.
But
perhaps if we move quickly and bring her upstairs in the healer's building.
Okay, let's do it then.
Tell us few select people.
I can't do that. Not after my message today was not doing things secretly. Plus, I still really believe that Miss Eska wasn't the one that was being evil. With the whole Miss Iona thing, Sasha was in the way. And then, you know, Shin was causing problems. I don't think it was Miss Eska.
No, I think someone was trying to damage our relationship with her.
And she, of course, got mad. But,
of course.
Okay, I don't have any other ideas. Unless you do, I say we take her to the healer hut and see if we can get help done.
Think so.
Alright. Good. Yeah.
Ready?
Okay. And maybe we can find somebody that knows some sort of glamour thing that she can use. Mr. Lawrence is trying to figure out the magic ink, the anti-magic ink or whatever. Maybe she's got that inside of her because of him, and we need to get that out.
Perhaps.
We can always try getting the magic ink from them as well, and we might be able to use that.
I think the less we involve Shen, the better.
Well, I mean, if we can get a sample from her and reproduce it.
I have some thoughts about that, but I'm going to wait until we find out more about it.
I don't see anybody.
No.
Alright. We're gonna head through. Let's go straight to the healer's hut and see if we can get someone to help, okay?
I think we'll have to get the rest of these ingredients tomorrow. Dan?
Yep.
Through the portal we go.
How much recording time do I have left? 2 hours, cool. Haha, you're not allowed to die yet.
Stinky Faye.
Haha.
I'm surprised you didn't show up and go, get that Faye out of my bath.
I really thought about it, but I felt like I would really ruin the moment.
Honestly, I was
We were-
expecting it too.
It would.
We were expecting it.
It's so good to show your
Yep,
real
I was-
racism. You're not racist enough.
Yeah, you gotta
I was-
work
I
on
was
that.
tempted- I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Calling yourself a white woman? Disgusting.
It's okay, you can come and complain that there's face stink.
She's got that dog in her.
Yeah, you could just say that that you found face stink in your hot tub.
There was a big old paddle that made me kind of numb. Why was that in my bag?
All right, invisible time.
Disgusting. I hope the forest does burn down.
But they work with stones and
is
steel.
Pomegranate?
So
Also
the
convince
ultimate
Ivy to
cherry.
give you a second sugar cube.
Make sure to give me one.
Ta-da!
Oh no, I'm passed out again. Oh.
Oh no, why is that old man so slow?
So old.
Who are you calling slow?
Someone much older than you are.
Okay, okay.
Cards up.
Alright, she's allowed into town, I guess, so that still shows that, you know, the town hasn't kicked her out. That's good. Let's
We've had
go.
her in the town before.
Yeah, but not since, like, never mind, don't
Correct.
worry about it.
Nikolai, hi. How are you?
Here. Is there like is there like potions or something that we got? Like maybe something plant related?
Not sure. Unless there's something at the farm.
Maybe. Can you stay with her? I'm gonna go see if I can find maybe Titus or someone else that does planty things, okay?
I'll wait here.
Thank you. Not at the farm.
I am just astonished by being gifted a thing, a very, very valuable thing apparently.
Place though is why is this a picture of you here?
Wayne.
I don't see anything.
Wayne.
Am I on the wrong page?
Wayne. Have you seen Ivy or
Is
Titus?
this not you?
There's no picture there.
I wish I can see Ivy right now.
One crab.
Out of character, it's the wrong.
There you go.
I think I heard her voice in my head, but then I can't tell if it's just if it's just me wanting Ivy at that point, or she's actually dead.
10 good men. 10 good men, and make sure all of this is.
No.
There's not much that can be helped.
Titus.
It'd be like that.
Titus, I think I need your help.
Maybe I should go
Can I
sleep
get
for
your help
longer
up at
next
the
time.
healer's hut?
Yes.
Thank you.
I'll see you later.
Also, have any of you seen the corpse of Miss Ivy hanging around anywhere?
Have not.
No.
Last time
since it
I
was
saw
here.
her, last time she was here, and then Fizwick took her away. Or actually, she took Fizwick away.
Okay. Come with me, Titus.
And
Quickly.
That was at the tower.
Quickly.
Our blood will burn.
What's happening? Catch me up
Oh.
while we run.
There's someone with that's a plant that needs healing.
Oh, I see.
And making small clouds for things like affecting the weather, which is fascinating, and I want to see if I can replicate. But as it goes up, yes.
Do you know where the corpse of Miss Ivy is?
The corpse of Miss Ivy? No. Why?
Okay, never mind then. Bye. Come on, Titus. Excuse me.
I had a really little
Excuse
hammer and
me.
really little pliers.
Okay. There we go. I couldn't find the corpse of Miss Ivy, but I got Mr. Titus. He's a plant magic person.
Wait. Is this who I think it is?
Yeah,
Yes, it is.
she's not doing well. She's unconscious. Could you please try to do some plant magic
Yes.
healing? Just be careful about touching her dress. It's like it numbs you.
Yes. I'm going to.
I can also use life magic if you think that would help.
I'm down for anything that you think would help. I trust you.
Going to.
If this is
roll
caused
real
by
quick.
Shen's attack, are you familiar with what was done to help
I'm
Ivy
going
the
to
other
try
day?
to sense what might be wrong.
No,
with
what do
her.
you know?
I know
rolled a
Nikolai
9.
and George did something to
Too low.
pull the affliction out of her.
You
At
can
least
tell
partially.
that there's
And they
something
took some of it
preventing
into
her from
themselves.
healing.
Okay.
So someone's going to have to take some of it into them? Is that what you're saying?
I think so.
This is another thing where I can perhaps take a brunt of a punishment for my nature as such.
Alright, so it seems something is preventing her from healing.
I think we might have
I'm
to.
not entirely sure what.
I can take some of it this time.
I'd be
going
willing to take some of it.
To use. Take some of what? I'm sorry.
This will be difficult for me to express to some folks, but I am okay with also burdening it. I understand what happened to me last time. I am prepared for this.
I'm not about to get in the way
I'm
of
sorry?
anybody trying to help. Mr. Shin has anti-magic stuff, and we need to pull it out, but the only way we know how to do it is for just somebody else to have it, basically. So, whatever we need to do, let's do that.
I will do this the way that I did last time. George was there, but I will be taking the place of George. I would apply my hand to where there is damage, perhaps. Before this, perhaps, if there is any injuries that need any help with weaving or the body is manipulatable, I will assist. Before
Okay.
I'm incapable.
Well, I don't have any injuries I knows of.
Put you on the shoulder.
Ted?
No? I have Shen's ink on my nose.
Oh dear.
Are there any injuries that Nikolai can
You can't speak.
heal or do with just traditional medicine or manipulating the flesh?
There is a big black, like almost void right here. And there's various other
You can-
injuries that seem significantly less important.
Speak once this is dealt with.
Right, are you sure you
You met with Shao?
would want to take this
If it's alright.
magic stopping stuff from her?
You?
I think Miss Seska
I'm
is
going
very
to make
important,
sure,
not only to me,
There's
but
no
she
bleeding or
is.
seeping of wounds and such with the flesh weaving. Then I'm going to
You wanna
apply
talk
my
with me over
hand
there?
on the wound and try and do the concentration or the flow thing to take on some of the
come back to
burden. But only after practicing this fixing of the
I'll
wounds.
float this, Ted.
Do I need to do anything as part of this?
I'll catch up with you, yes.
We did bring some of the kind of mossy and fungal stuff from the forest the other day from the swamp. It is good for bandages and medicinal application. I do not know if it will help them too much, but once I weave some of the wounds to a much more comfortable way, perhaps we apply this.
Okay. Okay. I'll go grab that then. I think we had that.
Thank you.
Yeah. Mr.
Turns out the tree and the.
With moss and stuff, I think we could go to Mr. Lawrence's little lake and grab that. Yeah. Yeah, there's like so much moss off of this. Oh, maybe some different kinds too. I've got the fungus covered. And some flowers. Flowers would probably be helpful, right? Okay.
It's been a while since I've seen them, so I don't remember the color. Like I said, they might be blue.
Miss Ivy, are you in the tower? I mean the corpse of Miss Ivy?
Here. Hello, I'm right here.
Where's right
Behind
here?
you.
Huh?
On the first floor. I'm invisible.
Oh. Could you please come to the healer's hut? Follow me.
Okay.
I mean, that was one singular Fae acting on its own.
One single Fae, it makes it help.
The meditation. I feel a pull. But I am going to try and gently think of pulling back. Not with too much force, not with too much force.
Is that Aska?
Make a gentle tug.
Yes.
They slowly start to loosen their grip.
I needed a healer.
What happened?
Well, we found her. Well, she found us,
The
but...
black void begins to become more green. It's not quite gone, but it's tempered for now.
If there is any essence or ill will of this anti-magic that Nikolai can pull from here, he would be focusing on that, like twirling his finger on the vine. Like a beckoning.
The vine starts to come toward you, but stops. It returns to where it came from, almost as if it had a purpose.
Do not be afraid to share, but...
Yeah, Aska, we are here to help. We're here for you.
No shame in accepting aid from others.
The ink.
Oh, she has ink? There's nothing I can do.
That's just what I'm trying to take away. If I can,
Yeah.
like last time.
Non-healing magic is... or non-fey healing magic is going to help with that.
Pushes it into the wound. You feel vines and thorns crawl all over your hands. You start to get all scratched up.
Oh!
We're helping! We're helping!
And she pulls it out. You're holding like a chunk of her. And that's where all the ink is.
Good heavens.
Catherine is going
Heal.
to cast healing with a 19.
Heal. The ink's out. Or some of it.
Take this chunk further away.
Here, I got a bag.
And with a 15, I'm going to assist in healing.
The bag.
I've got it back.
Okay, he's got the bag.
I can hold it at the tower.
Can you hear us, Aska?
Give me your hand.
Oh, step away. I don't think I can read. I don't want to interfere.
Here, where am I?
I'm here.
You're in the town of Sundial.
Chain scratched.
We got the ink.
You've had
You
worse.
helped.
This is wildflowers. Okay.
For now. It still stands.
She passes out again. The healing is working though.
Good job. Good job. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Catherine. Thank you, Titus.
Seems like now all you can do is give her time.
What about basil or oregano?
Throw my hand.
I'll see myself out.
Ivy.
Mamma mia.
Yes. I promised the Shadeling one more sugar cube in exchange for them not beating Lou with a blacksmith's hammer.
That's. Did you have a sugar cube, or are you asking me for one?
Asking you for one.
Here you go. And just
So,
take like
at this
5
point,
of them
it
in
would be good
case
to
you
get
need them
her,
for later.
Get cleaned up.
Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Mr. Nikolai, I got all that moss
news
and
is
fungus and
she's
flowers.
stable.
What should I do with them?
Yes. If you apply a little bit of dampening clean water, simply applying some of the beaded moss can be a good cover and protection for wounds.
Yes, anything remaining would.
I
Okay.
apologize for being extremely vague to bring you here.
It's more than
That's
what
quite
I knew.
alright.
Yeah.
I can understand why you would want to be vague.
Okay, well.
Thank you.
Well, it was my request, for obvious reasons. Does any of you know how to deal with the, with Shin's ink magic? Apparently, Ted was marked and can't speak now.
So it can be helped through non-fey healing magic. And there's some other things that, like, concentrating on pulling out some stuff. I forgot all the details of it. I mean, I know Nikolai was able to pull some of the ink out of me. Is that correct, Nikolai? Yes. So Nikolai was able to pull some out from me. I personally cannot do anything as I'm Fey, but regardless of that, I don't know what Nikolai did, but they would be able to help you, and then any non-Fey healing magic will help speed up the process.
I feel like we should, whatever it was that Nikolai pulled out of Veska, I think we should bring that to Fizwick to study.
It's being studied by Lawrence currently.
Ah, I see.
We have gathered materials from the forest, and Lawrence is looking over it, or will be looking over it, so that we have a better understanding of it. Additionally, just because everyone is here, I am currently looking for a scale from a dragon, either Shen or maybe that lady dragon, any of those dragons. I would love to have a scale so that I can study it.
Crimson
I
has
will be
one.
willing to compensate you.
I don't know if it's
Of
from the
course he
same
does.
kind of dragons.
She does.
But we had a black scale from a dragon from a while ago that we got.
Okay.
But I sent it to the alchemist.
I will go find Ted.
I can retrieve.
That might
the
be a
scale you
good
left with me,
idea
Nikolai.
because
Do you have a
Gold's
Shen scale?
solution is to throw Nim
I'm not sure who's
at
it's from.
Ted's face to deal
Nikolai
with
knows more.
So
Sounds. Yeah, that's. Honestly, at this point, I'm willing to throw anything at these problems and see what happens. I'm kind of concerned about leaving Eska here unattended, not because of her health, but because of other people in the town.
Alright, if I can have that scale,
Would you trust me to stay here?
See if I can find any
I'll
way
stay
that we
here.
can make some magic that would pierce the scale. We could use it to create a
Alright, well, thank you.
piercing shot. Does
Yeah.
Tobias have it?
Thank you so much for helping me.
Hmm.
Thank you, Nikolai.
Even with everything that happened, I wouldn't want her dead.
Mm-hmm. We could, I could just get a blanket for her for now. No.
Are you okay, Nikolai?
Do you need some help?
No, I got it. I got it. I have to go do a funeral for Ivy so that, you know, we could do what we planned to do with that. I know you're sleeping right now, Miss Eska, but I'm glad you found us. Alright.
You see her horn glow.
Oh, I think she heard me. You're not gonna do anything, are you, Grandpa?
No, what do you mean do anything? I'm gonna stay here and make sure she's...
You said you had a grudge, and I know you've done things behind people's back. You were gonna kill that tree.
If there's one lesson I can teach you, is that you cannot trust people but their motivations.
Okay.
Right now, she's the only thing that we have that might help us with dealing with both Shin and maybe the tree. If she dies or something happens to her, we lose that advantage. That's why I'm staying here.
She's also a friend that I feel the town has done dirty, and I want her to at least know that we can make it up to her.
I feel it's the other way around and that she should make it up to us, but same difference, I suppose.
Regardless, I want to see beyond her utility to the town. I think there's more to her than just that. Thank you again.
The one who would have threatened my friend, because I think it's important to break that cycle.
Thank you for helping. I know you didn't have to, and it causes you pain.
I am very tired. I'm not used to feeling tired.
I know. I'm not sure how I could help you with that, but if there is something, please just ask me. I feel like I owe you a lot already.
You were a tailor, no?
Thank you. Alright.
I would like to commission some clothing, perhaps. Something cozy, like a poncho.
I could absolutely do that. If you could tell me exactly what you want, then I can do that for you.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
Alright, let's do a funeral for a person who's undead.
Is funeral for undead?
It's,
I am coming with you.
Ivy wants to make us do a funeral for her so that the dragons think that she's dead. I don't know how they'll know about the funeral or anything, but I'm willing to do that.
Asa was fine, so I'm assuming he brought it to Fizwick, who was also with Asa. So Fizwick will most likely have it at this point. Which is, it was originally a possession of his, so I'm assuming that he would still have it.
Hey, we're going to be doing the funeral for Miss Ivy soon, so when you can, make your way to the graveyard, okay?
Can I throw a random thing inside there?
Please don't, unless it's sentimental.
I don't got anything sent. I mean, I do have sentimental things on me, but it's not towards him.
You know, it's maybe not the for realsies funeral, but we could at least have a little bit of standards and decorum.
I know there were some people at the library. I'll go find those people.
Oh, thank you. I was gonna go to the tavern and see if I can find someone. Hey, Mr. Gracious. Oh. Doing some stretches?
Excuse me, nerd. Yeah, doing some stretches, some yoga, I think they call it.
Oh, is that like the yogurt?
Kinda, yes. You stretch like the yogurt stretches.
That makes sense. We were two things. One, we're gonna have the funeral for Miss Ivy soon, so if you want to come over to the graveyard so that we can give our passing messages to her. The other one is the people in the forest said that they ran into your contact guy out there. I didn't personally do that, but it sounds like they were able to get in touch with him.
Well, good for them.
Oh, so that sounds good. Also, do you know where everyone is? I need to tell them about the funeral.
Depends on what you mean with everyone. Some people are standing up there on the second floor of the tavern. Some people went to the library.
Nice, thank you. You're always so watchful.
Of course.
Why is it remind me of
Yes, let's go, happy lady.
Okay.
I think we've had a damn good day today. Oh, excuse me.
Yeah, maybe some of us more than others, because we're gonna do the funeral.
Okay.
Oh, right, yes. Right, we should probably attend the funeral.
No.
That means there's two eyes.
Listen, I'm glad that both of you are okay.
Okay. Funeral time. Come on, grab your friends.
Stop it. I hope you hit it well.
You coming to the funeral?
Why, yes. I was just invited.
Okay. I'm glad you'll be there.
My memory's killing me.
You do realize that she speaks common, right?
It's scary.
Funeral?
No, what the hell? I need just about that. Yeah, that's what I was heading to, but then I got called back here.
Oh, okay. We're doing the funeral.
The one we were speaking
of,
Nota. Fizwick may want to know any strategies or plans.
Iona wants to speak with you.
Who
Okay,
is
we
not
could do that after
here
the funeral, right?
Presently, but next they are here. They have
Can we do
orange
10
hair and.
Can I talk to you after the funeral?
Very typical
really
knight
quick.
Oh, what's that?
armor.
I
They
just
also
wanted
seem
to ask
be
if
in a certain
you could
control
help me
about these
tailor
things. They would also
longer
like to know if you ever see them.
Make my skirt into a dress, really. Just elongate it with
There's
extra
another
cloth.
Sure, I
it's
could do that.
caused a lot of problems in the past. So.
100% understandable.
Do
There's
you think
another
that would
person
be
around
pretty
here.
simple, considering it's
They are not
just
here currently, I
extra
believe,
cloth?
but they have
Yeah, no
long
problem.
orange hair,
Thank you.
and he wears a
If
very
you
traditional
can,
knight
write down
garb.
like what you
He may
want it to
also
look
want
like,
know
if
whatever
anything
tactics
special, and
at
then
least you
I
have
can
on
get
this
that for you,
topic as
okay?
well.
Thank
All
you.
right.
Honestly, this is fun.
Okay.
I'll send you the note as soon as possible.
Thank you. Thank you. We got a funeral to do.
Do you want some tea?
Get dressed.
Understandable.
Nikolai wants outfit.
Hey, Nerta, is this where the funeral's being held?
Yeah, we're doing it here.
He's dead.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Hey, Nerta, can I talk to you about something?
Can it wait till after the funeral?
It's a really quick thing. I just wanted to put it into your mind.
What's up?
Doesn't that look like the new guy sort of look like the by chance?
I'm sorry, I could barely hear you.
Oh my god. Doesn't the new guy sort of look like the Duck Man?
Kinda. He's an Inquisitor, and I think the Duckman also had Inquisitor stuff too. They kind of are the same. You also would have.
I just thought I should bring it up to you just in case.
You would have noticed that the Inquisitor also had a very similar armor to Mr. Julian's when he took it from an Inquisitor.
It's what you do at a funeral.
Unfortunately, I don't have any.
Right, hang on.
Hell, anything else.
All right, everyone.
Just thought I should bring that up.
No, thank you. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Inserts for
It's still somebody
If
we
you
have to
find
care
something
about.
that looks like an extra long flintlock, leave it where it is.
Only on paper.
We'll get it
No
this way.
promises. What's
Do you think Ivy ever had a funeral when she died the first time?
You know, fair. Fair. You got that.
I'm gonna wait for more people to get here before we start. I'm gonna be honest, even with all of the church services and stuff, it's still hard to do something like this, you know?
Wait, Ivy's actually dead.
Apparently yes.
Ivy's been
Yes,
dead.
Ivy's
That is
dead.
it. That is Ivy's dead.
Yes,
I'll talk to you about it later. I'll explain it to you. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not gonna explain it to you because you're just opening.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't think that's a good idea.
Look, either way, thank you guys for coming here. I know many of you have not been here long to get to know everyone, but I'm sorry that we have to meet under these circumstances. But yes, we are gathered here today to mourn the loss of our good friend, a powerful ally, a bridge between the life and the undead, between the human-ish peoples and the fays, Miss Ivy. She was a very helpful person, part of the ASMR guild. She was a friend of mine that I've known since the town before it changed. She's always very quick to lend a hand, and she knows lots of things. She always liked learning new stuff, and I really appreciated having her around.
Actually dead.
So it's going to be very sad moving forward without Miss Ivy here. For those of you that don't know, there was a very powerful dragon attack in the forest, and Miss Ivy was the first target, and it's not even the first time she was attacked by the dragons because of her partial fey blood. It's very sad that that's how we lost her after living through so many things and
So it was him, right?
facing so many challenges.
Shut up.
So Miss Ivy will be remembered. She may be gone in person, and you know, but we'll be able to move on with her by holding her close in our hearts and being able to remember her. I know with such a dear person to many of us, some of you may have some very rough emotions about the loss of Miss Ivy, and you may even be tempted to think that you see her around town. If that happens, I promise to you that, you know, we're here for you to talk about it and help you with the things that you're feeling about the loss of Miss Ivy. So, with that, she'll have a nice, pleasant rest now, away from the chaos. And, you know, to honor her, I think we can all help work together to help bring calmness and safety to the town. And, you know, and each of us help bolster the feelings of adventure and insight as we try to experience new things the way Miss Ivy would have liked to experience new things, and to go out and try stuff out and try to make friends. And you know, I don't think we should do the drinking blood part. I think we can just leave that one to Miss Ivy. That could be her thing. We don't need to do that one, but we could do the like sharing experiences and stuff like that the way she did. As I know she touched many people's lives through her sharing of experiences and also her works for the various guilds. Is there anyone here that would like to make some final remarks for Miss Ivy, or maybe share a story about her?
It's no secret that I hate the fucking Fae a lot. But Ivy changed a lot of that.
Mm-hmm.
She's by far the best Fae I ever fucking met, and she taught me how to use auto magic. She don't deserve what's happening to her. Thank you.
Oh, sorry.
No, you go first.
Oh goodness.
No, you go
Oh, okay. Thank you. Ivy did a lot of work for the Alchemical Society of Magical Research. But more so than that, more so than many others, she became a very close friend. Her contributions, not just to us, but to everyone in town, will be gravely missed. Oh goodness, I'm bad at these sort of things.
No, that was good. You did a good job.
I'm also very bad at this kind of thing, so I'll keep mine short. Ivy was very fond person to me to hold conversations with, share peace of mind, and associate a wonderfully level head to have in the town.
You probably don't wash your butt, because Scribble seems
With such things in mind, I hope people remember that we are more than just what we are supposedly made of. Part Fae, part dragon, undead or not. There is so much more to us than these. I hope that this will be a good reminder of that. There are far more qualities than simply this. In my homeland, there are plants that have different meanings. Ivy that climb evergreen, to do with persistence, perseverance, and eternity. I will keep this in mind going forth, to continue to persevere.
Thank you very much.
It was lovely.
In that case then, I again thank you guys for being here. I'm sure that Ivy is looking upon us right now from wherever she is, and smiling that so many people think so fondly of her. And, you know, we'll use this feeling of grief right now as a fuel for us to move forward and help the town. So in your thoughts tonight, please try to think of the protection of the town, the safety of everyone, and the future that we can all share together. Even if that means that it has to be shared with those that are only memories to us now. And with that, if there's anything you want to say in private to her, please respect other people's space, as they will use this as our area for sharing things about Ivy. But otherwise, at your own pace and time, feel free to speak with her. Otherwise, feel free to be adjourned from this meeting, the funeral. Thank you.
Service.
Service, thank you. Also, thank you for taking care of the shadelings. Appreciate that.
Now's not the time.
No problem.
going to go
It's quite
check on
rude
that.
to speak when people are giving their word about someone. The memory of someone must be kept intact. To disturb that is quite disrespectful in my eyes, and I wanted to snap their neck. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Yeah, yes, thank you.
I'm a little tired. I practiced so much.
Where are they buried? I appreciate you being here, you know me.
Or are they?
I don't know how
One of these graves, I believe they're buried.
I'm sorry.
Nice.
I was able to retrieve the Babbages
She helped
and
out.
the Haldanians.
So there was that.
Was she involved with that?
One day I'll get better at the public
Spent so
speaking
long.
thing.
I see.
At least I seem to remember
You did just fine, Dad.
I recall.
Thank you.
Maybe. You know what? Probably. Because I just remember.
If you wish for help on such matters, I did have to give a public speech and one or two twice in my time.
I don't know.
Oh, do you have like a tips or something for me?
Oh, she was.
Yeah, with my experience, I think I can give you a point or two.
Before she did the whole thing.
So to be fair, you were doing quite well. Especially for what I believe is not your first language.
Yeah, it's also I don't. It's one thing to talk about the church service things in the morning. It's another one to try to give funerals for friends.
Of course.
I guess we'll have to get the.
It is always quite difficult, but there are still things you can do. And again, what has happened or happened, that's just how it is. Like I was saying earlier.
Right.
Words aren't going to change that, but they can change the present, so.
Still though, I kind of wish Miss Moyi was still here so that she could do all the funeral stuff and I wouldn't have to do that.
And did we have a former gravekeeper?
She was a grave cleric.
Great with the service.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Titus. Appreciate that. Miss Moyi was a mouse lady, and she was a grave cleric that would help people move on to like the next place or whatever it is.
Okay, where did he go? Which way did Lawrence go? Did he head back to the
tavern?
He's right over there.
Understood. Gotcha.
Here.
Okay, thank you. Nursa, actually, you were affected by his magic as well, right?
Yes.
Shens, at some
Yes.
point?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Lawrence is trying to gather as many people as we can. I was hoping John would be involved as well. Okay. Well, some relatively good news. Ted was actually affected by Shen's magic just today. We had to go through a lot to help him to speak again, but he was affected as well, so.
Were you also affected, Noda?
I've had him slash my neck when we went out to the forest to stop me from getting affected by the tree's magic.
I guess on that account, that could be the second time I got affected by his magic.
Right. Like similar happened to me as well, although it was for protections against general protections, I suppose, but I think he was actually just planting something to enact his will once, we went out and things happened.
Yeah, it seems like he planned ahead for that.
Right. Did he affect you as well, Tobias? I forget.
No, I've avoided having either benefit or malady caused by him.
What of you, Yunomi?
He did, back when the woods were putting everyone to sleep. Woke me up with a stroke of the brush.
Did you hear about the story I told you?
Okay.
Yes, I did.
All right.
Feel free to take a seat and we can get this discussion started.
Before you do
The
that,
first time.
can you remind me who was the one that wrote all the historical accounts in the library?
Other than the fact that you were telling people about what
I have published a few annotated histories, but
to the town a while ago. No.
So you?
No, you didn't hear it.
I've taken scraps from diaries and journals and whatnot and compounded them together
I already
a few times.
both sides.
So, with the third cycle,
Okay, so I think it was you.
the third cycle, what it says in the book in the library that the dragons were allied with us, and then there was a fight between them and the Fae, and then the Fae destroyed the town. Is that right?
If that's what the book says. I'm not sure I wrote that one.
Exactly.
Okay.
Other people are thinking that
I just wanted to try to find out who wrote it, because I want to know if maybe somebody's throwing us off with different informations.
Right.
If it was written in a similar journalistic or diary style, then it's possible that I just copied it.
I would not
Okay.
recommend telling them that one.
Then I'll worry about that later then, and we can focus on the ink stuff then.
So, I've done a small bit of study on the ink since I've received such a large supply of it recently. I have done a few small tests on it already. I suppose we'll go down the line. With the first time you were affected by the ink, could you describe to me the occasion?
Yeah, when we were out in the forest with Iona doing her ward unsealing thing, and we were all being affected by the poison cloud that was coming from it, Mr. Shin, after we were all starting to get sleepies and Miss Iona was losing her hair and stuff, he said that he could help us, and I offered to be a subject to his help, and he took his paintbrush and he splashed it across my neck, and after that I was able to breathe the air without feeling sleepies and tired and stuff anymore.
And how many of you had this happen to? All three of you?
Yeah. He just up and did it to me.
Yeah, mine was a bit different as well. Once we had procured the void fungus and were heading towards the tree, he more or less offered to give us general protections against the against things that may try and stop us. Specifically, he framed it more or less to be like, well, if Evska's going to attack you, they're going to have a hard time with my protections. So we kind of did the slash across the throat. And a few others as well, I think. But, I mean, obviously Ivy's passed, and I don't quite remember who else came along with us for that.
And what was your first encounter with the ink?
I picked up one of Henrietta's stones in the forest and it got stuck to my hand. He just waved his hand and a stroke of ink, it was off my hand. It was kind of impressive. And the second time was today, when I asked him a question he didn't like.
Yes, could you describe your second instance?
He went all black, and he said something like, "No, that was a bad question," and then he just touched me on the nose. I jumped off of the featherfall platform, hoping I could avoid it, but I guess it got me before I fell.
And what effects did that have on you?
It felt like my mouth was uncontrollable. Like, I knew it was there, but I couldn't feel it.
That's terrifying.
But I might have learned something through it.
And that is?
Well, I got back, and I looked at my reflection in the water by the tree, and I saw the ink. And I thought about washing it off then, but I'm like, well, if I can't speak, somebody's gonna have to see that I got ink on my face. And I talked to Tobias, who, you are fucking terrible at charades, my man. Holy shit. Well, so are you, to be honest.
It's true. It's true.
Every time somebody helped me, like we've had Iona have this problem go on for, you know, a day or more, right? So how come my face cleared up after half an hour? It felt like every single time. I really, really hate you, but that's also kind of a good point I didn't think about. I don't have dragon scales.
Nah, but you got scales.
Well, anyway, every time somebody helped me, it felt better. And then after, you know, a few times, I was good to go. I don't know if there's any relation, but by that measure, I mean, did you know, Iona get the same treatment? You know, a bunch of people helping her out? And how much did they help her out? I wasn't involved with it.
I'm wondering if you got a smaller dose since you were knocked off, and also this wasn't meant to. This may not have been meant to harm you more physically, more just to silence you. Yes.
What was the
Potentially
question?
why it didn't do as much.
It would be too difficult to ask here, to describe it.
I think perhaps it might have been Shen's intent. Because when Iona was injured, it was intended to be a killing shot directed towards Ivy.
Chill.
Where it seems this time Shen merely wanted to shut you up.
You know, we were just talking earlier how there's no Fae in town. How come you're still in town?
Well, it's because I work with Miss Fox and I go to Burrow.
Oh. Well, that answers that question.
Whatever, stinky fur butt.
Stop it.
She has a whole
Stop
hot
being cringe.
springs. She's like the least stinky of all the Burrow people.
Nah, because like when me and Scrimble were saying, Scrimble brought it up. She got a big fussy butt. She probably doesn't, you know, move it to let the water hit her cheeks. She probably got to take like a spoon or something and get a fur ball out. Ah, no, not again! I was helping!
Up and over. That did sound quite disgusting.
Well, I'm glad that was resolved.
Yes, indeed.
Have there been any more occasions where people have been affected?
Well,
I think we actually covered every type of interaction that we've seen.
The
I heard.
Did the ink that Mr. Tobias gave?
Eska.
Okay, well, that kind of lets that out of the bag. Did the ink that he gave you
Little bit.
today, was that different from the other inks that you were given?
I
I
didn't
have
give
not
him any
received ink
today.
today.
Had I planned ahead, I could have taken the ink off my nose.
Yeah, we were looking more for materials to test
My
the
question was,
Still, more ink in supply, you know?
I had heard that when Shen attacked Eska up in the tree, that those that had been previously affected by his ink were frozen in place.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh. Oh, also the
obviously-
Maybe a
rage.
correlation between his ink and freezing things.
Well, do we have anybody who was held in place by the ink?
That was me.
Could you describe that for me?
It was strange. I couldn't move. I could barely speak. But in the moments as after he vanished, it was like, how do I describe it? I don't know if you can relate to this, but you ever have a moment when you're a child and there's like a treat jar and your mother catches your hand in there and you can just see her looking angrily at you? I want you to imagine that, but instead of disappointment, it's pure malice. Genuine hatred. I felt that raining down on me. It felt awful. A sense of dread kind of crept over me as it happened. It felt just like I could feel anger directed at me, and I couldn't understand why. But other than that, I mean, and not being able to move, it lasted for maybe about 30 seconds, and then eventually I was able to move. That feeling kind of lingered for a while after, though.
And has anyone else experienced that?
Yeah. When we were in the healer's hut and Miss Ivy was hurt, there was a lot of us that were trying to help, and Mr. George was able to like hold her and try to pull out some of the like ink, anti-magic ink stuff from her, and in doing so I tried to share some of that hurt, but while it was happening I also felt like that really strong anger, like wrath.
Yes.
Interesting.
Hey, Nikki, you feeling okay?
I'm a little bit exhausted. I practiced more magic today.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Do you have any more instances
want to
that
sit
we know
down.
of?
I got a mana pop. So that's
I
good.
don't know.
Okay.
Well, he did
I
say
think these
that.
have been most of them.
Is this
I
just about the
passed
ink?
out
Because he did
earlier.
say he was like gonna summon an earth dragon. So if he's an ink magic and he could do something like that, then maybe that's a thing you can do too.
Maybe.
Would he
He didn't
summon
mention
one,
it.
or would he make an illusion of one? The void fungus was an illusion after all.
So when
maybe
I
it's
was
just
there,
one of his kin.
he had made it sound like that. He had said something along the lines of like, "Feed her to an earth dragon. I like the idea of that. Next time I'll bring a real earth dragon," and then he disappeared. Something like that.
Oh, okay.
So
Someone
I don't
told
think
me it
he's-
was
I don't think
summoned.
he's making one.
Okay.
Well, I think maybe, yeah. Maybe just
I
telephone.
will say,
Down. Wait, what's telephone?
summoning magic here is incredibly difficult to do properly.
Perhaps it was less
because of
summoning
the-
and more calling.
Yes, it's similar more to a teleportation. Seeing as that things can't
Be careful, Nikki. You almost had a Nurta there.
pierce the
It's
veil
fine.
to the outside or anything. It's far more along the lines of bringing something that's already here closer.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, otherwise we could probably summons people from like our home worlds to come and help us.
Precisely.
Right. Well,
But that in itself, teleportation magic, is also something very difficult to do. Usually you need something permanent, something physical, like the portals in town. The one that takes you upstairs is a strong physical connection already.
Yeah, it's like having a doorway instead of like just poofing wherever.
Precisely. Well, I think I've gathered quite a bit of important data. I do wish Iona were here to give her
Did you know I was looking for
input.
you?
I didn't. I've been sitting here for a while. I've been
Have
listening.
you heard the story that
Yeah, no,
Shen is trying to
I've been here.
promote today?
Oh, okay. This is gonna surprise me.
What's that?
No, it's fine.
There was a story of facts that Shen was trying to spread.
Okay.
He was
I'm
telling
bad at those
Lord
kind of
to
speeches. Right, I'm bad at those kind of
bring
speeches,
this
so I didn't
story back to
he didn't
town.
miss much.
I am also know what the story is.
And hey, I'm not the only friend you got.
I haven't heard anything about a story today.
good to know.
I was venturing through the forest with a couple of us, just to make sure that what was it called? A spice trap creature.
Yes, spice traps.
Made it back to where it belonged. Mm-hmm.
Spice
And
traps.
then at some point... No. I simply wanted to go back to the forest. Once we had done that. At some point, we noticed Shen speaking to Lu by the lake.
Dead, serious,
I decided to approach.
stressed, unhappy.
As respectful as I could. They welcomed me to the conversation. At the point they were talking about a story that they were rehearsing.
Is that alright?
The story, or the first version as it goes, was as I recall here. A dragon flew over a forest of great mystery and unknowns,
Boy, I hope so.
and found themselves at a town where the townsfolk helped them. They stay at the town,
Did you hear what happened to me?
but over time,
I saw it. I was
decisions the townfolk made
couldn't speak.
harmed the dragon
I don't even remember.
in some way.
You can.
And the dragon did not favor these choices. He decided to punish the townsfolk in the town by crushing it all. The end.
Well, on an unrelated note, real quick.
I was
about
queried. Is it a story or is it fact? I said, perhaps it is both. Then that would make it history. Then they proposed, perhaps it is prophecy. Then I simply said, perhaps it is both. It is cyclical.
Or a warning.
A prophecy.
Yes.
Portents.
Shin made it very clear that the question was for me and for the others to decide. Is it fact or is it history? Is it prophecy? That is the story.
Interesting. Oh, goodness.
I was going to weigh in on that teleportation bit. We have actually been able to do a teleportation spell. Took 3 of us. No, 4 of us. Tobias was a part of it, I'm pretty sure, weren't you?
I was a spectator.
Okay, you were
If I
spectator.
recall,
3.
the results were less than satisfactory.
We managed to teleport all of the, what's it called?
Stolen
all
food?
of the vegetables and yes, all the fruit and everything to there, and I think Nerta too, right?
Yes.
And a staff. Yes, Nerta was the 4th. There we go. Me, Iona, George, and Nerta. I mean, Nerta and the staff may have been a physical component of it, but about 4 mages should be able to transport a hefty amount of things.
Well, it was chaos magic, and we also, as part of that, the vegetables that came with us, some of them became, like, alive and had little feet and started running around.
Oh, I remember this. With all the food that was on the island being teleported.
I heard about it.
Yes, that did
wasn't there,
happen.
So, you know,
We
even
don't
though
know
it
if that
did
was my
kind of work, I would agree with Tobias that some of the results were less than satisfactory.
We have no proof that those moving vegetables had anything to do with that teleportation, and it may as well have been just the fact that the Feywilds are like that.
Well, those results are in line with
I
previous
have a
results
question.
and studies I've done.
Yes, Nikolai.
Is there perhaps an aspect of there needs to be a potency to the amount of energy put into this spell, or is it that people need to be directing it?
Good question. If I was there to witness, maybe I'd have a better grasp, but teleportation magic is a bit of a blind spot for me.
And I can also say that my magic isn't very strong.
Does the instrument need to be loud, or do you need a chorus?
I don't know. Good question.
Ivy, you okay? You fell off the
Ivy, you good? You fell off.
Yeah, I'm just standing up. I didn't want to stand up on the
Well,
table.
she's only had a funeral like 20
fell
minutes
off.
ago. She hasn't fallen off that much.
Right, true.
It's true. It was very interesting going to your own funeral.
Were you late for it?
Yes, I was actually.
You get to hold that one for your whole life now. Well, your afterlife.
That's true.
It's true. My afterlife until I make the great resurrection and then come back.
Did you have a funeral the first time you died?
I forget. It's been so long. I don't even remember who I was before Vampire. I'm not even sure if I'm 100% born into it, or if that's because I did have a family, sort of. But I don't remember if that was a faux family or not.
Mr. Lawrence?
For me, I kind of had a funeral. That was fun.
Mr. Lawrence or
you did
anyone
great.
else?
You were
Is
like-
there
you
any
started out
other
with, "I don't do
info
great, you did
I could give
amazing,"
you?
I think that's all
Thumbs
for
up.
now. It's getting late, so we should probably wrap this up.
Yeah, my arms are getting very tired.
I didn't hear what you said, but thank you.
Oh no, I said you did great. You said you weren't great, but you were amazing. Thumbs up. That was a really good speech.
Yeah.
One question before we
That was a
depart,
phenomenal
Lawrence.
speech.
Have you been able to determine
Yes,
what
flatter me.
ingredients were used to make up the ink?
Ivy.
Hey, Fizwick.
Have you been able to determine which ingredients?
Were you using the book earlier? The one with the magic ink thing?
That's what I need the things for, so I can study it better.
With the magic ink?
The one...
Oh, no, I
The
was
one
not.
that... Oh, okay. I wanted to talk to Mr. Gracious about it today, but I wasn't sure if anyone was able to. But I ended up doing way too many other things today to do it.
So it'll take less time.
I spoke with him on something else, and apparently another book that was found out there, but he didn't seem to know much about that either. Just apparently some water mage in some past iteration of the town started learning how to use their water magic to make things like change the weather, which I thought was fascinating, right? But as
Oh yeah, that's the one
notes
that
go on, they
that
become-
book was the one that led us up there to the cliffside. I remembered that one.
I'll give you
Right. So as I was reading through it, it became a jumbled mess of
I
unintelligible
thought if I sat
scribbles.
down, I
So
would be fine, but no.
I imagine it did not end well for that man. But oh well.
I have the mana pop though.
Also,
Okay. It is.
Yeah, come here, though.
Maybe you should take some of those when we
Coming,
venture
coming
into
here,
the
coming here.
forest.
If I can make some kind of other thing like a mana pop.
Yes.
I think Tobias is helping Mr. Nicola, but you may
That's
want
good. Hmm?
you may want to introduce yourself as Rook to Black.
Oh, okay. Good. I'll keep that in mind.
And is there anyone else that you think might be capable of being trusted with the extra dreamer information?
Honestly, no.
Mm-hmm. The only other person I could think of right now is maybe Catherine.
Maybe.
Mm-hmm. She seems...
Maybe.
She seems kind of like a person that only wants everybody to be happy and healthy, and that is kind of pretty much exactly what I would want.
I would defer to you on that. I mean, obviously, you're kind of heading this whole thing. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed. Sounds like a good idea to me if you want to include her.
Mm-hmm. Alright. Then, for right now, tentatively, I want to do service tomorrow. I'm going to try to have everyone do the meditation thing again and see if we can get everyone involved. I know that there was supposed to be a meeting today and that was thrown off, but maybe we can do it again tomorrow and try
Right.
again.
Sure. And I've also been trying to plant the seeds of getting other people down there to try to commune as well. I spoke with Ivy and pitched it more as like a scientific type thing, so...
See, thank you. That's why I appreciate you.
Of course.
All right. Thank you.
Okay, well, now it is, of course, give me a hug. Oh. Now it is past Grandpa's bedtime, so I'm heading to bed.
Yeah. Same.
You take care.
You as well.
Oh, okay. Moving around.
Hello, Marcellus.
Hello again, Nota.
Are you doing better?
Oh, is that the one that doesn't like non-humans?
Yes, the mushroom did help.
I'm glad to hear it. Sorry you're catching me as I'm about to go to bed, but I hope you found yourself a nice place in the town.
It's past Grandpa's bedtime. Grandpa's heading to bed. I'll talk.
I will likely be finding a place to sleep outside. The nature helps calm me.
Understood. If there's no other place that you feel well to rest in, I know as someone of your stature, you may feel comfortable to sleep in the church if you want to. There are beds in the basement.
Were you able to figure out what was happening?
Also, I wanted to apologize for my attitude and holding a knife to your throat.
Oh, I greatly appreciate that. Well, I would say I understand it. I kind of don't, but at the same time, that is very nice of you to apologize for.
We'll see.
Well, the way I see it, I had gone 4 days without sleep, which had severely impacted my mental capacities at the time. And on top of that, I was still firmly in the mindset of the Iron Wind that all inhumans are homicidal by nature.
I mean, he went missing for a while and then came
Well,
back with ink.
I'm glad that you got some sleep. We'll see how you feel again after you get a little more, okay?
I'll have to catch up with him regarding...
You as well.
Take care. You too. You too take care. Have a good sleep.
Killing him is no longer the first priority that we can have right now. We'll still keep it in mind right now, the mages, every time that we end the night. We are channeling our magic, our mana remaining into... Good night. Into that.
Oh yeah, no wonder my batteries are getting low. Let's see. Time for Nerja to sleep, and also work on a dress for Iona, and clothes for Nikolai.
Oh, and there's my other boy. So you know what he looks like in case you ever run into him.
So when you're with these puns, what do you got? You're like the garbage man.
I am a sturgeon. I am a sturgeon. I am a sturgeon.
You know what you are? You know what you look like right now? You look like
Can I-
Harry, and
can
I
I
look like
clone it
salmon.
off
You
of
want to
you?
know what you can eat raw? Me. That's what your mom did.
Can I clone you?
Yeah.
Where's the thing? Hang on.
I can't believe she flew away. I can't believe she flew away.
Where is it on the control?
I'm gonna clone him.
Shrimp.
Or clone you. Tap at the clone. Yeah, there we go.
Thank you for that. Oh my god.
You're welcome.
When these three fucking show up, I had to mute my mic because I was laughing so hard.
I was supposed to be there, but I was so fucking exhausted.
Groups of like people keep coming up to him and just interacting, and he doesn't know what to do.
Yo, would you like a sandwich and or cake?
Don't tell me about this story.
Yes.
Yes,
Are you going to?
I'm gonna go make a sandwich if you.
Yeah, I'll probably do that too.
Downstairs.
Oh, I gotta.
Okay.
I'm gonna end my
headset's
recording
gonna
then.
die.
You didn't get to let your person die yet.
According to plan. Blinking at me.
Oh,
I
no.
was gonna die, so I'm gonna say goodbye.
Bye.
Hello.
Goodbye.
Wait.
Creature.
Where am I grabbing?
Creature.
I can grab onto things in this world. How do I turn?
Look at the toy.
Oh, she's dead. Oh, she's dead. She got the mascara running. Damn.
Look, she's covered in boogers, or maybe baby poop.
Yeah, she got, dude. She got the sleeves all over the eye. It's leaking down.
Booger.
Booger, booger lady.
Booger.
Oh, you got stuff in your eye. Can I eat it?
I'm glad you got your stuff fixed.
Yeah.